Why, hello, everyone. Welcome to another thrilling adventure of Dungeons and Dragons. I may have spilled coffee everywhere. Sorry. sorry for the late start. But I do have coffee now. And that's what matters, right? Thank you for the hype train, chat. I very much appreciate it. Not needed, but very, very appreciated. Love y'all. I think we're just gonna get into it because I'm excited. Did I locate Creamer? Oh yeah, I went grocery shopping a few days ago. But yeah, welcome. If you're new, we'll have a little recap here at the start for you guys. I'm gonna just unmute and chat with my players for a little before we get going. But I hope you all have a wonderful night. There's some commands down below, the exclamation DJ and D, if you want to know any information about the players that I'm playing with. Also, alerts are muted just for this stream. Again, thank you very much for any support you guys do. I just don't want to take away from the game and folks listening to it. But no, I appreciate you all very much. Let's get started.
Yes, you are.
Probably.
Did a manager say that?
Why, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi there.
Hey. Hello
Oh.
there.
Hello there. How are you all doing?
We're good.
Yeah.
Doing great.
It's D&D time.
It's
Yeah.
dinner time. Oh my goodness.
It's been 84 years.
I'm so
It
excited.
really has. It
What does
really
D&D
has.
stand for? I forgot.
Dan and Dones.
Dan and Don'ts. That's it.
Dan and Donuts?
Mm-hmm.
I love donuts.
Let's get
Me too.
donuts after the game.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, let's
we'll all
go.
get we'll go out together and get some donuts.
We're all gonna go to
Sounds
Sounds
Dones.
great.
Hey.
God, I wish.
I
I
am
wanna
missing
meet
my
Claire.
glasses. Hang on.
My glasses.
My glasses. I can't kill all the characters without my glasses.
My pen's writing like shit.
I'm so scatterbrained tonight, but yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, it's excitement, scatterbrain.
I'm excitement. Oh my god, we're both excited.
Does anyone have anything they want to say, or should we like get into it? Should we talk about how our week's been going?
No.
No, okay.
How about that
I
direct?
broke my mom.
How about the direct?
How about that direct? How about
Good
it?
direct. Go watch the direct if you haven't watched
Good
the direct. But do it after this, because this is happening now, and it's more
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Live.
That's how live entertainment works.
It's happening live.
There will be a VOD posted of this. If you can't make it, totally understand. Appreciate you stopping by. I will try to post that up in the next day or two. But let's switch on. Hang on, I gotta start music for you guys. You ready for this
Oh my goodness.
amazing shift of tone here? From
Yes,
my
sir.
happy
Ready.
Final Fantasy music to also happy Final
We
Fantasy
were,
music.
we
God.
were admiring how nice the music was for your starting soon.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Ah.
I'm at home.
Oh,
Everything's good and happy.
it's nice.
Hey, look at that. Happy
Smell that
times.
capitalism in the air. Ah, class
Feel
divide.
safe.
Ah.
I just pieced together what that meant.
can't hear
I
it
forgot
from
what
home.
zone this music was.
It's very quiet. I had my...
I'll bump it up a little. There you
Nice.
go.
I do a
How's
little
that?
bit of a
How's that?
bump, thank you.
I'll just max it out. How about that?
Oh, shit.
There we
Oh
go.
shit.
Okay, turning that back down.
Yeah. there you
Serene!
I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Does this only play in Final Fantasy XIV if you buy a house?
go. Sure, kinda. For only half the
Okay.
citizens.
If you
Oh.
if you don't have a house, it plays a shitty MIDI conversion of it.
It plays the starting music
Amazing.
from Drakengard.
It plays.
They play that through the speakers as like homeless deterrents.
This is what the rich people get. The not rich people get. That's all they get.
Through the night. You obtain the
Why
stiff
did
back.
I do that? But not the music. Oh.
The music's just quiet. It's
Okay, I
nice,
hear it.
gentle music. You can also control the music on your own
Yeah.
side, I believe. If you
Yeah,
want
in the-
to,
in
if you
the-
want to
in the
crank
cog.
that up.
Settings,
Oh,
audio, video,
yeah,
and
I
the
cranked it all the way up,
music
but
volume.
I didn't hear anything until the little fanfare, and then the music started.
Oh, weird.
This sounds like, was it from Up? The like da
Yeah,
da
it's,
da.
I was about to say it
Yeah.
sounds like a
Yeah. Well,
Final
spoilers for how
Fantasy
this
stealing
episode
from
started.
Up?
Oh my god,
Yeah,
Um,
that's huge.
Michael Giacchino in shambles right now.
Does anyone have anything they want to ask before we get into the recap? Of just like, hey, it's been a bit. I'll try to cover as like the hot beats, you know, as they're called.
Mm-hmm.
But in case you don't. No?
I'm good.
No
Go
takers?
for it.
No,
No,
go
I'm
for
good.
it.
All right. So, previously on Dan Jones and Dragons, in the northern region of Orlon, the city of Philgrove, we were introduced to 6 adventurers: Gelnick, the double leader goblin bard with a heart bigger than the drum on his back; Coil, the mysterious warforged barbarian with an unknown past, seeking out a new purpose and protecting his allies; Morenthal, a brooding drow rogue whose past has been catching up to him and finds himself running out of time; Trilby, the young human boy artificer, that's his race, young human boy, who's been recently learning there's more to life than reading pop-up books and designing gadgets; Hobson, the reluctant halfling warrior who accidentally found himself in an agreement with Volse, a voice coming from a gauntlet, forspoken now in game stores everywhere; Fayley,
When you said you were gonna make a reference, I thought it'd be more subtle.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
I just rolled a nat 20 with my mind.
Hell yeah, good job. That just happened.
That just happened.
And Fayley, a tiefling druid who is an ex-member of a necromantic cult seeking an escape from her past and providing sass and spades. These
Ooh.
6 individuals found themselves in a town in need of help and were quick to fill the shoes the town needed. Cleansing a nearby church, finding missing civilians, punishing villains, descending deep below the surface to reclaim an artifact that had found its way back to its original source, and coming to the aid of a young member of the Burning Spears who had found himself recently afflicted with lycanthropy. Now the party prepares for a night of rest, ready to head back to Philgrove in the morning and decide what to do with the recent information they've acquired about Graster, a Green Raven member who is also a werewolf. With that, you all have prepared your camp, gotten ready for the night. Would anyone like to do anything before you take your long rest?
I would like to thank you for that really nice recap and character rundown.
That was a really good
Dan.
recap.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's been a bit. We should, you know, give a little taste to each person. You know,
It's very nice.
I'm sorry, Dan. I had to slip in the Forspoken.
No, it's okay.
It's too topical.
That caught me unawares. I enjoyed it.
You did leave Trayton and Jeroma camping not too far away. You can probably just vaguely see their firelight, but you wanted privacy to yourselves and your party. So you are safely getting ready for the night. And you probably have your normal resting like watches and stuff like that, we'll say. Coil, obviously, you can just keep eyes at all times if you'd like. Yeah, if no one has anything, just double checking.
I think as Trilby's going through his pack to get all bundled up and rested, he finds a strange goopy pearl in his bag that he was given to by the hag and told to give to Fayley, and he
Fair.
forgot about it because
That
of
is-
all the werewolfing.
You know, when you pick it out of your bag, it's this like, you know, like the width of a quarter size pearl. It's a hefty size. It looks flawless. It feels like it almost has like a glow in the dark vibe to it. Just with you looking at it at the camp light right now. But yeah, you find it in your pack.
Fayley,
Mm.
the hag wanted me to give this to you. I say,
Ah.
not stopping looking at the pearl.
The hag?
Yeah, we did we not tell you we went back to see the hag?
Oh, Okay. What is it?
No.
Did she say anything?
She wanted you to have it.
Okay.
Do you want it? Cause
Uh,
I could just put it back in my
Uh,
bag.
why don't you hang on to it for a little? I'll get it from you later.
Okay, you let me know.
Sure.
It's kind of goopy.
That's great. That's great.
Ugh. He, like wipes
I'm
his hand off
sorry.
on the ground.
So yeah,
All right, good night.
you pocket your goopy pearl, and return back to your little spot around the campfire.
With all of his stuffed animals.
Mm-hmm. You brought your stuffed animals.
I mean, in my magical artifacts.
Of course.
They're my battalion that defends me while I sleep.
Aw.
Well, you all snuggle up for a lovely evening's rest, and almost nothing happens except Morinthal. As you take your trance-like sleep, Dan searches for no music.
Drakengard, baby.
Bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum.
I don't like that one. Oh, let's do like you gotta have the right music. It's all
Mhm.
about
I just imagine someone's just standing outside my tent, just trying to flick through their iPod.
I thought you said lick through the iPod, and I was like, what? What?
you don't. It's
No,
you're-
Dan, I
it's
don't.
more tactile.
I
if
don't
you use your
lick my
tongue.
iPod.
Morinthal, as you take your trance for the night, you kind of wake up earlier than you expected. You're not around a campfire. There is just kind of nothingness around you. You do feel yourself kind of rocking back and forth, and as your eyes adjust, you're on a small boat, almost like a kind of canoe shape. Your vision's blurred and sluggish, like coming off being drugged or not having slept for a few days. Around you, there's this thick mist that fills the ground surrounding you in this small vessel. Above you, the sky is black, and thousands of small stars start to be able to be visible through your blurred vision. They connect all the way down to the horizon line, almost continuing past the point you think they would normally be able to reach. Across from you, on the boat, there is a figure sitting watching you. They have a feminine form, wearing a heavy gown. It's seen wear and tear, but it flows gently in a wind that isn't there. Her pale skin can be seen peeking through the gaps in her outfit, her face, hands, bare feet. You try to look at her face, but the form is obscured, as if you're only able to take in a small glint of detail at any moment. Kind of like the movie Apocalypse Now, you know that scene where it's just like just a small little rim light coming through?
Yep. I know what to talk about.
One of her eyes is covered in a bandage, and beneath it you can see just the faintest subtle red glow. And she just sits and watches you.
Am I just sitting in the boat or am I tied?
Yeah, you kind of like were laying down in the same position you were when you rested, and you just sit up.
Hello?
She gives like a little nod, no words. And she looks to her left, where vaguely in the distance you can see the start of a small bridge kind of come into view and drift towards you in the boat. It takes maybe 20-30 seconds for it to arrive, and as it does, the boat nestles up against the side of the dock. She stands and gestures for you to follow the path laid before you.
I'm gonna stand up and cautiously just follow what she's wanting me to do.
Okay.
Trying to keep my eyes on her if possible.
You keep your eyes once you exit like you leave the small path that the bridge has kind of, or the dock has set out for you, the floor just kind of disappears into nothingness. You can feel like you're stepping on earth, like there's grass and dirt, but there's no visual connection to it. And a few more steps, you notice those stars that seem so distant are actually only a few feet from you, almost aligned like a memorial wall, and each little light is a small speck, carefully aligned, just reaching up towards the heavens above.
I'm gonna reach out and try and touch one of the lights.
You reach out and you touch it, your hand kind of goes through the light. Feels warm. Like not like hot, just like you can feel a faint change in temperature.
Mm-hmm.
The figure walks up to your side. Oh, you
yeah.
continue.
No. That's all good. Keep going.
The figure walks up to join you. She looks above you and she points to the upright where you can see a small light starts to glow brighter and then is snuffed out. Another one next to it, snuffed out. Another. A few dozens are snuffed out before you. The figure simply looks at you and waits. You can't make out any details of her face, but you get the feeling she feels regret.
What does this mean? What are you doing?
She pulls down the side of her eye patch, and you can see this bright fury of a red eye. And as you gaze into it, you get a sense. It's like you're not seeing an actual vision. You just kind of get portrayed what she's telling you, and you can see a wagon with a small caravan behind it, and simply on the sides of the wagon you see Illustrious Delights.
But we've dealt with them. What else is there to do? They're gone.
She replaces the eye patch, lowers her head, and turns her form away from you before looking over her shoulder, and her body just kind of disappears into the mist, like the whole form of her just turned into mist in a sudden, and it just collapses into the floor.
I'm just gonna call after her. I don't understand. What? Don't leave.
And as you're left there in silence, the stars start to dim out, the fog returns to darkness, and you're left with nothingness as you wake up around the campfire.
I'm just gonna take a few minutes to just sit there breathing and try and process what I just went through
Okay.
while I watch everyone else slowly wake up.
Before everyone else wakes up, Faylee,
Oh God.
you're actually met with the normal sleeping dreams you would come to expect.
Okay.
Nonsensical dreams at first, like you as a young tiefling with your family and random strangers you met on the street. Suddenly you're all in a combat stance fighting each other after a giant monster of odd design. But interjecting these weird moments, you keep getting a flash of something that feels a little more familiar than these nonsensical dreams you would normally have. Just quick cuts, little running, breathing heavy. There's this heavy weight in your hands. A heavy wind pelts your face. I said heavy twice. A fierce wind pelts your face. The nonsensical moments return. You're in a town. There's a festival. Joyous laughter in the air. Smell of baked goods. You spin around, taking in the atmosphere around you. There's joyous and laughter and carnival games. And you look to the north, where a white beacon stands. It grows brighter and brighter, until eventually your vision is consumed by this singular white pillar. And as it grows and encompasses your entire field of vision, you wake up.
Okay.
And you all have a wonderful long rest.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
All your spell slots back, all your health, all that stuff, all that fun stuff.
Everything but the mental health.
Everything that doesn't regen.
Waiting for 6th edition for that.
Yep.
It's a new day, which means I get to open up a bag of many things.
Well, give me that roll, Buster.
I'm gonna give you a roll. Trilby had sweet, empty dreams.
I like to imagine Trilby doesn't even open his eyes. He just, like, automatically, like, as his body starts waking up, reaches for the bag.
He falls asleep with it on his chest.
Yeah.
This is the alarm clock equivalent of a fantasy item, but it makes no sound. He just knows.
I rolled a 66. Have I rolled that already? I've rolled a lot of 50s and 60s.
Roll a 1d4.
And 70s.
A 1d4? That's the pyramid, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 4.
You reach in, you feel something thin and light, and you pull it out, and it just kind of keeps coming, but you get 10 feet of a green ribbon. It's just a nice quality ribbon.
That's a lot of ribbon.
It's a lot of ribbon.
He's just, is everyone just
lot of
watching
ribbon.
as he just keeps pulling?
You're
this
just doing
ribbon
a
out like
fucking magic trick over here, yeah.
Like Mornthon and Phaley both like exhausted and thinking about what they've seen, and I'm just
Yeah, I like to imagine everyone's waking up and we just hear, like, just Trilby panicking in his tent, just like, it's still coming! Oh god, there's ribbon everywhere!
It's a never-ending ribbon. Help! Wait, it ended. I'm okay.
Gelnick questions the usefulness of a strange, flat rope such as that strangely dressed boy. But he trusts your survival instincts.
You never know when you might need 10 feet of ribbon, right, Double Leader?
Perhaps.
Do you want it?
Sheepishly takes it over. How's the tensile strength of this ribbon?
It's like high quality. You don't know about like supporting like the weight of like one of you, but maybe, you know, like maybe once.
I mean, we have ropes and things.
Strangely dressed boy, perhaps you should hold on to this. You are better at inventive techniques than Gelnick.
I am good at coming up with stuff. Thank
Hand
you,
it
Double
back.
Leader. I imagine it takes quite a lot of effort and very awkward.
We pick up like one section and another section like falls over in the
Just
bunch that we
bundling it
have.
up, and it just keeps unraveling because it's like slippery and just
It's
shove
10,
it into my
it's
pack.
10 feet of ribbon.
It's a lot.
It's 10 feet. Chat, it's 10 feet. You can't give 10 feet of ribbon to a small bird.
It would just be a ball.
Chat's just like, give it to Scrubbins.
That's
It'll
too much
crush
ribbon.
Scrubbins.
I need a sewing kit. Fuck.
You can
No,
cut it,
for now-
but
I mean,
can
it's
you
really-
cut it? Yeah, it's just
Can I-
normal ribbon. Sorry.
Okay.
Or is it?
Or is it?
For now, Trilby just smashes it into his bag, and it's just like sticking out the sides.
But yeah, the day is yours. I believe the plan from last time was to return to Philgrove and figure out what you want to do about Graster, if anything. You also have money to collect if you wish from Han for returning Trey. safely.
Right.
We should probably do both of those things. The Grasser thing seems like a time bomb.
Yeah.
And how many days till the airships arriving with all that fun stuff?
It's gotta be soon. You remember them saying within a week, and that was probably like 5 days ago. So
Soon-ish.
soon, TM.
And how many days until I'm marked for death?
I believe that's one
think it's
day
a
less
negative-
than a week. So
Negative number. We better get back to Philgrove.
Yep.
Shall we then?
and you make your way. It's only about like a 2 or 3 hour trek, I believe. So you're able to quickly get back before noon even starts. And when you return, it's the same Philgrove you've come to know and love. The streets are bustling. The temperature's gotten a little cooler over the past few days, so maybe a few people are actually like starting to bundle up a little more. You can see more prominent smokestacks coming from all the homes and shops. But doesn't seem like there was any major, werewolf attack.
That's always good news.
Mhm.
The days since lycanthropy attack sign hasn't been flipped over.
You do catch a unique looking figure. They're kind of just walking around the kind of town square area. You can see them talking to a few vendors, exchanging some coins and picking up some stuff. They have this oversized pack on their back, kind of like Beetle, like Breath of the Wild Beetle, where it's comically large. And their figure is a lizard folk, but they have eyes that are pointing wildly in different directions and 3 horns pronounced coming from their head. They're covered in like jewelry and small little gemstones all over. They have maybe like 3 or 4 rings on each of their fingers. And they're kind of just busily popping from marketplace to marketplace. Other than that, all the people you know are there.
Good old Philgrove.
Good old Philgrove.
You know, they call it Philgrove, but I can't quite seem to get my fill.
2 damage. You take 2 damage.
I'm down.
Peter Griffin death pose.
Do I recognize the oversized pack traveler?
You do not. No.
Okay. So that might not be from town.
So if we're deciding which of the 2 people to report to or check on first, probably best not to talk to Gaster first.
Probably not.
Like for the safety of the people we just left back there camped, we should talk to Han first,
Yeah.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys want to head to the Undercroft and find the Burning Spears little hangout spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you do just that. Takes a few minutes of travel on foot. As you kind of approach their kind of little side section of the alley, you can see Jeroma and Trey are back there talking to a few people. They're tending to their wounds, getting wrapped, and actually, addressing the conflict they just came up to. And as you approach, Han stands up from behind them and walks over in your direction. Well, we've gotten the good news that they just made it back about an hour ago. I assume we have you all to thank for that?
You betcha.
Well, you have my thanks. I know I'm not sure exactly what happened, why they needed to flee, but a promise is a promise. And he pulls out his pack and he hands over whoever takes it a small coin purse and places it in your hands. He says, "It's a shame what the bandits did to Oden and Famir, though. I wish I'd send you all sooner. Maybe they'd be okay. But at least we got them back, so thank you."
Coil kind of looks over to the rest of them like,
You're welcome, Han.
Well, is there anything I can do for y'all? You did us a favor, and you seem like good folk to me. If you're looking for anything,
Should we tell him?
I feel like they kind of already made the choice not to tell him, so they might have their reasons,
Maybe, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, we probably should have walked in here with a plan as to what we would say to him.
Probably.
One of these
Well, I
sessions,
mean,
we'll
like-
figure that out.
One of these sessions we'll get good at it.
I don't know.
I
Who
sort
plans
of thought
things?
we would be honest when we came in here, but then he already had another story, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like I don't want to narc on the two people who just intentionally lied,
Yeah, we could be throwing them into some deep shit if we do.
Yeah.
right?
real quick, because I forgot to check with this before, and I don't remember where I wrote the last time. Can I have everyone's passive perception?
Where is
It should be like below your attributes on the side of the left. 12
in the
is
skills
north.
section?
I think right above
14.
that, maybe.
Oh,
below
there it
skills.
is.
Oh, below
gotcha.
skills. Sorry.
Mine is
Gelneck's-
11.
Gelneck's passive perception is a 13.
13. Gelneck. Was that 11
Mine's
for Trilby?
12.
Trilby 11.
Okay.
18.
Yo,
Whoa.
Bailey
18.
sees all.
Jesus.
And
Nine.
Coil and Hobson.
14 for Coil.
Nice.
9 for Hobson.
Oh, 9 for Hobson. Hobson's doing his best.
He has a very
Hobson
good
needs
if I
glasses.
didn't get sleep, I would not notice shit either.
That's fair. That's fair. So definitely while you guys are kind of debating what to do here, I think Coil and Phaley, you kind of look over and you can see Trey and Jeroma are like watching you two like the whole group like hawks. They're just kind of like tense watching.
Oh, they're scared.
They're a little scared.
I figure if we want to talk to them privately and ask them why they're lying, we could maybe do that, but otherwise I feel like we should just roll with whatever they've said.
I think that's a good idea. Just
Yeah.
roll with what they're saying and then go up to them after and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
I'm down
I think,
with that plan.
I think Trilby waves at them.
One of them waves back. Trey gives you a small wave back. But yeah,
Well-
if you all don't need anything, we're gonna get back to making sure these two are all right. But thank you again.
Yeah.
And Han returns to the group gathered around the two. What would you like to do now?
Do we want to try and get them by themselves to ask them, or do we want to just go assume that it's for reasons and then go straight for the second priority?
I think
Are
they
you
have
guys
pretty
doing-
good reasons for wanting to keep it to themselves. That there was a whole
Yeah,
Yeah.
werewolf situation going on.
second priority it is. How do we want to deal with this, team?
Is there a higher? It feels like if there's a higher up at the Great Ravens who we can be reporting to first before we go potentially attacking one, maybe we should talk to them first.
That's
Oh.
smart. That's
That's
my
actually
smart.
Trilby?
smart.
What?
Would Trilby know anyone higher up?
Oh, I highly doubt it.
I would
mean,
say
isn't
just
the-
by your interactions, you would think Hestio's probably the top
Yeah.
dog.
I love
He's
that.
at least the top dog we've talked to.
It's going to at least provide some context for what comes after, I feel.
Yeah.
Let's go see if we can find Hestio.
All right, you all head to the Green Raven HQ. Easily enough to find most of the crew kind of scattered around. It looks like a few people are out, maybe on active hunts. CC just gives you a small wave and wordlessly continues her work.
CC!
She gives another wave.
CC, woo!
This time she doesn't wave. You can see Hestio in like the back shop area where he's talking with Shauna at the moment. But he gives you a little wave, keeps going to his conversation.
Do we hover? Just sort of.
Well, I mean, like
Just
I
hovering
assume
at the
you
door.
just see him in the distance. Like if you want to approach him, and talk to him.
Yeah,
we're
let's
just
get over there.
we're just hovering in the door like the whole like my mum talking to a friend, me waiting by her to tell her that I've shit my pants. This is all of us standing like that.
Yeah, exactly. So Shauna finishes up and then tap dances away, and now you have Hestio to yourself. He goes, "Hey, what can I do? Out for a hunt?"
Maybe later.
You all look a little tense.
No. We're good. Do you have like a side room we can chat?
Sure. Yeah, we can speak out in the grove, and he kind of leads you out. And there's kind of like connected to the side of the area. There's a small little like garden area that's excluded from the rest. He just walks over and sits on a bench, and he goes, "Well, here I am."
Trilby just looks at everyone else. What? How do we feel?
We may have learned some information that may be important to the continued security of the town.
He goes
Mhm,
from
mhm.
like cross-legged to like putting both feet on the ground, and he's just,
I'm just gonna look at the rest of the group, just like, please, someone else pick this up because I don't want to be the one to say it.
Much do you know about werewolves?
I'm just gonna breathe like just like a massive sigh of just like, ah.
You see him kind of just like bring a hand up to his head and goes, "Son of a bitch, what'd he do?"
Oh,
Hey, what?
you know.
You knew?
We know
Who's we?
all the Green Ravens.
All?
Normally it's not an issue, but I mean, if you've ever talked with him, he's got a bit of a temper. What happened? We'll start there.
He bit someone.
Okay. I'm assuming things went bad.
Yeah.
Understatement.
That person, not knowing what was happening,
It got messy after that.
yeah. There were, what, 2, 3 deaths?
3, I think.
He kind of just rubs the back of his neck. He's made mistakes in the past, but I told him we can't have that kind of thing happen. Now, as far as we know, and we've all witnessed it when we go on hunts with him, he very much has that side of him in check. The issue's Graster, not the curse.
You believe this was intentional?
Who did he bite? If I
It was one
can-
of the... What are their names?
The burning spears.
Burning Spears.
there's a bit of history there.
History, schmistery, he bit a man!
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I know just talking to him is not going to solve anything. We can also see the predicament of the rest of us being associated with someone like that.
I'll say.
Trilby, like, leans over to the group, kind of back to Hestio. We still have one of those potions, right? One of the vials. We still have one, right?
You did use both.
We used both? Okay. Never mind.
No, Trilby, we don't.
Okay, got it. Never mind.
Besides, even if we did, he just admitted that the problem isn't the curse, it's him as a
Yep.
person.
But the curse isn't helping either.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, never mind. Trilly steps back. Who did we give the
I
other one
assume
to?
Hestio heard all of that.
Probably, yeah. He
Yeah.
he looks like he's deep in thought, trying to figure out the situation on his own as well. Like, it's a bad situation for him too.
We gave one
Um,
of the potions to Trey.
The other one was to
Trayton.
Jeroma because Jeroma got bit as well.
Right, he got bit during the later attack we missed.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, got it. And also the hag said we shouldn't give one of the potions to Graster, if I recall.
Yeah. Yeah. If I remember right, she said something along the lines of like, it won't help him. Like, it'll just stop the curse, but it won't stop him as, killing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also I think the idea of confronting him would be a bad idea.
Yes.
Well, here's where my thoughts are. We confront Graster, and either A, we can talk him into maybe getting rid of this curse, but that doesn't take away what's already been done. I think him being dealt with by the Crown's Guard is not in the best of interest for the rest of the group, because even though we know that side of him's in check, it's not, the public's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah.
Or we could step and talk with him leaving Philgrove. But that doesn't really solve much other than maybe make the public feel more safe.
Then he's just off.
And make you look good. And
Well, I
avoid
would
this
like to
massive
keep-
blowback.
Living, yeah.
You mentioned you'd had some past incidents with him. What did those involve?
Usually he's not stupid enough to bite someone. He just has a bit of a temper. Especially with the burning spears, they kind of butt heads. They know they can get a rise out of him, so they do it. Usually, to be honest, it doesn't end well for them half the time, but usually when it's just a street brawl, we can lock him up for a few days and then he's cooled off. But, obviously, 2 deaths and other people knowing about this is not good.
What do you recommend?
I mean, he may be an asshole, but he's also helped the town a lot. He's a hell of a fighter. and he's probably dealt with some things that none of us could deal with. But it's hard to not want to change here.
Well, in my opinion, we are outsiders, and none of us are going to know better what is best for you guys than you probably will. But I suspect you are also maybe not the most objective.
You're right. And while I do think he wouldn't do anything to directly betray us, other than this, I guess, I still don't like the idea of him being able to, pull the rug out from under us if he desires. We could maybe talk with him and see if we could arrange something with him being, punished by the Crown's Guard. You can look at him and he's just kind of like at a loss because he knows he's in a shitty spot.
Gelnick believe it time to double lead with proposition.
Yes, double leader.
This man, he is dangerous, yes?
I think we've seen that.
And he has hurt more than few people, yes?
I think we've seen that.
More than one occasion?
Yeah.
Gelnick say he could be descendant of Aether the Destroyer himself. He caused harm and weakened Philgrove by harming its people. Gelnick believe he must be punished. Good fighter or no? He must be stopped. For what good is fighter if there is no town to fight for?
You're right. As helpful as he can be, he's not doing us any favors if he puts the safety of the town in jeopardy. And he's just what we're hunting. Would you all mind if I spoke with him, or should we go straight to authorities?
Gelnick believe that longer we wait, more danger he potentially may be. But what do you think, tribe?
I can go get the Crown's Guard.
Do you think that
We could
talking to him first might keep things from escalating too, messily? Will that soften it, or will that just give him time to prepare to defend?
Why don't we do both?
We'll at least have him under our eye.
I wouldn't mind if you all joined me with that. I think it would. The only reason I'd like to talk to him is, he is a friend, and I think just the Crown's Guard coming at him out of the blue might not end well for them.
Yeah. I like the idea of you guys resolving this more than the Crown's Guard, personally.
Agreed.
Fine.
Well, if you don't mind waiting here for a moment, I can see if he's in town. Or one of you can join me too. I'm just gonna ask with CC.
I assume Trilby, on hearing CC, is just immediately perked up.
Woo! Woo's easy.
Woo! So if you want, you could join him, but he goes and asks CC if Graster is in town. To which she replies, yes, he is. He's having his fill at the Brass Squid.
Ooh.
So he turns to Lottie and he goes, seems like as good a place as any.
Shall we?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
He just gives a nod to Cece, and like just that one gesture, you can assume she knows exactly why he's not happy to do this. And the lot of you head to the Brass Squid. It's about like afternoon at this point, maybe like right around noon. Not afternoon, noon. There's a few people eating. No one's really like in the drink yet at this point. Maybe like one or two people in the corner, but you can see Graster over by a table in the corner by himself. There's a small little fire going besides him in a fireplace, not just a wildfire. And I've realized as soon as I said that, like, the bar's on fire.
Gavel is panicking.
But he doesn't really wave you over or anything like that. You kind of just approach, and Hestio takes a seat opposite from him. And Grasser just leans forward and goes, well, what'd I do? I think you know what you did. And he explains the situation to Graster, who kind of just leans back, like picking his teeth with like a bone or something from his meal. Just kind of gives a few nods. So, you're all here to turn me in? What's the plan?
I think we maybe wanted to hear your side. For starters.
He looks a little sheepish, which is really uncharacteristic, and he goes, yeah, so I fucked up. I'm aware. I was hoping that situation would reveal or deal with itself. But some reason they're alive, and he glares at you all. So, not super happy about that, but I know it's also on me.
It's on you for your cover-up failing?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if they were dead, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Helping.
So what do you want me to do? Go to jail? Be banished? Executed?
What's wrong with you?
You kind
Kelnick.
of just stop caring about people when they treat you like this. Granted, I know I'm in the wrong here and I deserve it, but no one's ever looked at me with sympathetic eyes before, even way before this time.
And you think this is the way to get them to start doing that?
No, I stopped trying a long time ago.
Gilman
But-
crosses his arms and leans back.
Regardless, you have done wrong. You cannot go unpunished. Do you have plans for repentance?
Well, normally in this situation, I would clean up the mess myself, but... And he looks over at Hestio. Y'all have been good to me, so I won't resort to that. But if you think I'm going to the hangman, that's not happening.
I don't believe your punishment is up to us. It is your company that is most harmed by your actions. Well, other than the people that are dead.
So what do you want? And he turns to Hestio. And Hestio just looking defeated, just is like, you fucked up big. I know we didn't want to get the Crownsguard ever involved in this, but I can't overlook it, and maybe we haven't gotten someone angrily knocking on our door yet besides these folk, and they seem to at least be aware that maybe infighting's not the best of things. So I don't know how long that will last if everyone keeps quiet, but I don't want to be looking over my shoulder waiting for, the Crownsguard, the Burned Spears, or whoever to come try and deal with the situation themselves. Do you think you could at least turn yourself in something? Just kind of leans back and nods. Is that what you want?
Or, I propose, you could fight us.
He smiles real wide. And what do I win if I win? Just clean slate?
He learns. He looks to Hestio.
Hestio's slightly shaking his head now.
Trilby is standing next to Hestio doing the exact same shake.
Gelnick believe that only ones who are willing to go through journey of redemption are worthy of redemption. Gelnick believe this man not wish for that. Gelnick believe banishment is best. If you not leave this plane of existence, Gelnick believe second best is leave this town forever. Not cause harm anymore. Then if we see you, then death.
He's slowly nodding, like he's taken into the idea.
For you not see redemption in yourself, Gelnick no. You not think good can come of this. But perhaps journey, pilgrimage, like Gelnick go on. Maybe change your mind. Very large world. Gelnick think you disgusting filth that not deserve redemption. But that not for Gelnick to make. That for you, and Aether the Breaker. May he not destroy you in the afterlife.
He sets his chair down straight. Kind of leans forward towards the group. Listen, I'll gladly leave, but if I ever hear that your little group here shares the information that they were protecting me, and he points at Hestio, I'll find whoever does that.
Then perhaps you do care about some people after all.
Like I said, they've been good to me.
Hopefully that is seed that will sprout into a pretty tree. If only your soil was not so rotten.
Oh, that's good.
This is like the next table over just whispers
Oh,
that.
yeah. There's some drunk guy's like,
Just
damn,
like,
did you hear
that's
that?
good. Write that down, write that down.
He pushes his chair back, like he pushes himself away from the table and stands up. Looks over to the group. Was that it? I'm not gonna have any anyone chasing after me, if they do, they'll have to
Just
deal with me,
leave.
right?
Consider yourself lucky.
Right. And he just kind of like throws a few gold on the counter, and he starts to turn and walk away.
I kind of wanted to fight him.
Yeah, Skelneck too.
We should
Doesn't-
have.
Doesn't feel right keeping this from the Crown's Guard.
Doesn't feel right that he's still alive.
And you see him just disappear out the front door of the Brass Squid. Well, everyone here's alive. You see Hestio's like torn, kind of sitting just looking at the floor.
All his victims aren't.
And any future ones are blood on our hands.
Yeah, I'd say he'd learned, but we know that's not the case.
Are we changing our mind?
Are we going after him?
I mean, you're all lucky to go after him, but keep in mind, he has control over it and he can spread it. So if you want to take that risk, even if you do win, you might
If we
have to
go
deal with
after
that.
him- If we go after him, he has to die. That's it. And there's no other alternatives.
Hmm.
And if we don't
Skelneck
go
simply
after him-
proposed banishment just in case if anyone was not interested in killing.
I don't want to kill him, but he is just gonna harm more people.
There's also the potential, if we fight him, for him to turn any of you.
Skelneck puts both hands on his hips. If measly man like that can control, Skelneck can control.
I don't doubt you.
Oh yes, rest of tribe is not Gelnick. Hmm.
No, we're not.
Hestio, has there ever been research into cure for lycanthropy?
I mean, I know like some witches and stuff that have cured it.
We
It's
could always find the hag again.
she would probably be one. Yeah, I can't imagine the ingredients are easy to come by, but maybe for unique individuals like that, it's not too hard. But we don't have
We
anything
did
on
have one
hand.
cure already.
Hmm.
Sure, we could find that hag again if need be.
Well, that's assuming that she has more potion, and then every moment we wait, he's getting further away. I don't.
He's getting further away from innocent people that he could bring into the fight.
But he's just gonna go to a different town.
That is true.
So let's get going then.
So what do you propose?
Is that to me or your friends?
I don't know anymore. I'm just upset.
What if we use cure on him?
Again, he's not gonna want that. We have to fight him then.
Hmm. Doesn't mean he must take it of his own volition.
Gelnick just kind of cracks his knuckles.
Gelnick's right.
So you want to get another potion from the hag, chase him down, fight him, and force him to drink the potion, and then what?
And then he not as much threat. We could kill, or he could be easier to kill since he no longer transform.
You've known him longer than us. If he stopped being a werewolf, would he stop is he the sort who would stop being a threat to people?
No.
Like I said,
don't believe so.
the curse is not the issue with him. He's kind of quick to pick a fight.
Gelnick
To the
believe
hag then?
Gelnick believe if can feed him cure, at least make fight easier.
It's the fun of that.
Oh, we have no time to lose.
Yes. To hag. This time, Gelnick will talk.
I'm only doing this if we don't kill him.
I'm in favor of killing.
Sure, Trilby. Fine, we won't kill him then.
Very well.
Well, if you'd go through with it, good luck.
At very least, he will be only as threat as normal man.
Oh,
I'm
that's
okay with
true.
that. Okay, fine. Let's go.
Let's go to the hag.
To
To
the hag.
again. Our favorite, Bailey's favorite person.
Mhm.
You go to the Undercroft. You've
Forgot
seen
the
the
music.
same rickety old shack set up not too far from where you just were to meet the burning spears. Who's going in?
Gelnick will.
Trilby's going in.
I'll be behind him.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Hops-
keep watch.
Yeah, Hobson will go too.
I'm just
guess
gonna
Quill
hold
will
the door open for Faylee and just raise my eyebrow at her not wanting to go in.
In case anyone comes by that you all need warned about.
Whatever.
All right, so everyone besides Faley going in.
Quill will stay out with Faye.
Oh, okay. Quill's lost the
Oh yeah, because it's really small inside, isn't it?
There's that, yeah.
So the rest of you walk in. There's a small commotion. You can hear like just baubles and little like glassware clinking and some metal scraping against stuff, and you can see just this massive form of the hag digging through a crate, like an old patched together wooden crate, just pulling stuff out. She looks over her shoulder, without moving the rest of her body, and just goes, "Oh, you're back. What do you
Yes.
need?"
It is Gelnick's turn to make deal and take ethically questionable merchandise. We require another cure for lycanthropy.
In dart form, please.
She puts one of her elbows and leans hard on it on the counter, and just kind of glares at the group. Well, from my perspective, I have 2 undercounted favors that haven't been delivered yet. And she's eyeing Trilby as she says this. I don't know if you all are very good on keeping up your end of the
Trilby?
deal.
Karshala, first of all, you look lovely.
Oh,
Second of all,
It will get you nowhere.
I say it because it's true. And he's shaking visibly. I offered the pearl, but she didn't want it. So do you want it back or?
What?
You know, the pearl, the goopy pearl.
Here I am, offering my services for a measly service of handing an item over to one of your friends, and you can't even deliver it. Why should I give you all anything?
I'm sorry. She just didn't seem interested.
Who?
What? Oh, Karshala wanted me to give a goopy ichor pearl to Faley. But she didn't want
She's
it.
right outside. Just go give it to her now.
I could try again. I don't know why she'd change her mind. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Trilby walks out.
She looks at like the rest of your group and goes, "What even
So-
good is he?"
Hey,
And Gelnek just points one finger.
you do not say that about a strangely dressed boy. Only Gelnek is allowed to say that about a strangely dressed boy. But he does not, for he does not feel the urge.
To be fair, you have to be really direct with him.
I thought
And he
I
has
was
more
being
brilliance
kind.
in brain than you would know.
You know, those ingredients were not cheap.
I understand.
Trilby walks back in. She didn't want it.
For the love of... I'm just gonna walk outside and push Trilby out with me. And just like forcibly grab Trilby's hand with the goopy orb and put it in Phaley's hand.
Ugh.
Does it touch Phaley?
Yeah, I
I-
guess so.
I'd say that'd be up to Phaley if she's like...
I mean, like you
Yeah,
can
I
resist
don't
or pull
think-
your hand away, kind of thing.
I
like-
don't think she was expecting it to be thrust into her hand, so yeah, it definitely touched her.
Okay. So, as the pearl touches your hand, I'm gonna post a GIF in our
Christ.
Discord just because I've had this ready for this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh god, I'm excited.
I'm so excited and terrified.
So as the pearl touches like the palm of your hand, you know that like magnetic fluid.
Oh, I hate it.
No.
It's like the turkey cheddar gif.
You know, here you go, chat. It kind of just immediately seeps into your hand and disappears underneath your flesh. Like no pain or anything, it just immediately is consumed by your flesh.
Martha, what the fuck?
She said she didn't want it. It's not very gentlemanly of you, Mornthal.
I'm just gonna ignore them and walk back inside and just go, what was that orb?
Phaley's just like shaking her hand violently.
You gave her orb and not even know what it is? Now you ask?
Listen, Trilby was we're on a deadline.
I bet you eat strange berries on bushes you not know what about either.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Then-
scowl at him and look back at Kashala.
Then you
What
wake
was
up
the
with
orb?
rash and think, oh, where'd this come from?
Just try and pretend he doesn't exist.
Phaley slams open the door and walks in and just, hey, what the fuck?
Oh, it was delivered. I see. Oh,
Oh,
exciting.
it was delivered. Yeah, what is it?
It was merely a pearl. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why is it in me?
I'm sorry,
I
what?
could fix that.
Why is it not in the first place?
Well, somebody has yet to return the favor that I so generously asked them. So I thought of a way to
crying out loud.
expedite the process.
Well, somebody was.
You gave her a favor too? Why is this party so bad at fulfilling favors?
This wasn't a favor. That was a really good one to fulfill. Mornthal, shut up.
Here,
Then
I'll
why did
do
you
you
take the
all a
deal?
favor.
I didn't.
You're here for something, yes?
Yes.
And you want that out of your hand, I bet, yes?
Yeah.
So I'll take it back, and you can have whatever you want. That you're here for. You're not gonna have anything in my shop. Come on, that'll be a new
Why
favor.
did I have this in the first place?
Because I wanted you to.
If you're just going to take it back.
Isn't that weird?
That is very weird.
Almost like it
Can you
absorbing something in you?
get it out?
I can.
Should you get it out? That's the real question.
You wanted to stay. Mornthal, you're not part of this anymore.
I was
Okay.
just
I'm
gonna-
just gonna walk
Close?
outside.
Coil's gonna lean his head in and just say,
Or we could just kill him.
It's Coil. It's not that I don't care about the. There is an orb in my hand, and I don't. It's from her, and I don't. What is it?
I feel like I'm being very pleasant to work with here, and no one's appreciating it.
What is
I'm just
it?
gonna lean back in and just go, to be fair, she is actually being very fair. You're the ones who aren't fulfilling the end of your bargains.
You don't have a mysterious orb that was absorbed into your hand.
And I don't have
I
a staff
didn't make
in
a
my
deal.
hands.
I don't have a staff in my hands either.
Oh, that looks
Trilby
like a
closes
you
the door.
problem.
Trilby closes the door on Morinthal. We need to stop another werewolf. Ma'am.
Yes, witch, take out orb, give, cure. Gelnek will fulfill favor.
Oh, if I have the orb, I'm good. You can have the cure.
Let's do that then. Yeah?
Wait.
She reaches out with just 2 fingers that are like each maybe like 5-6 inches long.
Why was it so important that this went into my... What? Faylee just looks incredibly fed up and doesn't even know how to logic this out, so she just puts her hand out.
Her 2 like sharp kind of like needle like nails of her fingers reach into the center of your palm. There's like a little sting, kind of the equivalent of just like getting a shot, but no like... For her pulling out this like jawbreaker sized orb out of your hand, there's no visible scarring or anything like that. You do notice it's faintly glowing pink.
Oh my god.
And she just pockets it under her
Hobson.
shawl.
Sorry, Hobson's really been playing catch up on this conversation, and seeing that was like, I think he's just sort of sitting back like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna not say anything.
Every single step is horrifying.
Yeah.
Faylee's just staring at her hand. She's just for the rest of this conversation going to be standing there staring at her hand.
Better out than in, right, Faylee?
Well, let's see. Problem solved. Now just give me a minute. I need to brew your potion. And she turns back around, and her multiple hands start gathering
Can I get a-
ingredients, putting them in a small little cauldron.
Can I do a little bit of an insight on this hag?
Sure.
Just like, she seems very happy to be messing with us, and I want to see what her angle is. 14.
For how chipper she seems, you think she got what she wanted.
Yeah. If only there was more to that.
If anyone is trained in Arcana, you can give me an Arcana check.
Am not.
I mean, I'm not trained, like I'm proficient and I have a good score.
Yeah,
but
like
I'm not-
proficient. That's what I mean. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
6.
proficient in Arcana.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay,
Hobson
so
suddenly realizing.
21.
Hudson,
Oh,
you're
right
not
here.
exactly sure what's going on with this situation, but being the hag wanted something from Faylee and apparently couldn't get it on their own, and now they seem happy. You're kind of piecing together that whatever that pearl was gave what she wanted from Faylee. You're not exactly sure of like what magic actually happened, but you can kind of piece it together of that's what just resolved.
Oh, yeah, I think like Hobson's trying to connect dots on that, but feels so lost on all the surrounding context that doesn't even know what to do with that information yet.
But in
So,
about
wait.
oh, you go.
So we've got like, so you've got what you want now, right?
That's right. It looks like we're all caught up on favors.
And what was it that you did want from Faylee?
Simply, the pearl.
There is more to it than that. And Gelnek not keen on taking cure just yet.
Do you want the pearl back? Is what you're saying?
No.
Faylee's still just staring at her hand.
Very well. Gelnek will take cure, and he hands out his hand, puts out his hand.
And as like you're finishing up that conversation, you can see she's pouring the ingredients from the cauldron into like a small little vial, corking it, and hands it over to you. It's still warm.
Trilby watches carefully to make sure the vial doesn't seep into Gelnick's hand.
And no
And-
favor for this one?
Oh no, you all were a bit of a stubborn group. I gave you that one for free. And just a word of warning, in case you maybe come across other people who want favors. This one should know about it, and she points to Morenthal.
I'm outside.
Oh, the sad-looking one.
You know what? At this point, I've like peered open the door slightly so I can still pay attention, but so that Trilby doesn't notice that I've opened the door.
But she points and we turn and we see you just happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see my eyes in the like the little slit of the door.
With the
frame.
mail slot?
You know what? That's even better. Yeah, let's go with that.
A favor can be a very, very pricey thing to the correct individual. I think I've gotten what I wanted from your group. But just as a friendly tip. Now, would anyone else like to browse my wares?
No, we're good. Thank you, Kershaw.
Goodbye.
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 Toodles! And
Toodaloo.
she does the, like, creepy finger wave with all 6 of her fingers in one hand.
It's like a group of worms doing the wave.
But you have yourself one potion of curing lycanthropy.
That was real gross.
Let's not go back to the hag. Failey, I'm sorry.
Taylor's just still looking at her hand.
Come on, we'll get you some soap. We've got to go.
What on earth did she?
Got it out.
What on earth did she want from you?
It's we should go.
Okay, she doesn't want to tell us. Let's go.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Time to track
Yeah,
down
follow the trail of the
Yeah.
guy.
werewolf man.
You all head back to the surface, back to the town square where you saw Graster start to make his way through the southern gate, and that was the last point you saw him.
No foot trail or
Oh, you can. I mean, you can look for a foot trail if you'd like.
okay.
You can give me a survival check if you would like to track her
I
boy.
would.
I'll give it a try.
That is a
No, I won't.
14.
8.
I will. 23.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, gotta hand it to you. You did pretty well with that.
Hard,
A
very hard.
lot of you are kind of looking around, trying to see any mark, and you can see some heavy footfalls, Failey, that you catch, and it looks like they kind of start going directly south and then peel off into the wilderness to the east.
Bailey just starts walking towards those and just kind of motions for the party. We went this way.
Ah, very good.
Let's follow the trail.
And we follow the trail. Let's do like
In the meantime, does anyone have any ranged weapons? I assume only Morenthal
I have a
with a
bow.
short bow, right?
I have a crossbow.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a crossbow. Okay.
Mhm. And
crossbow.
14 bolts.
Yeah. Do you think, Dan, we could coat some of those in the cure, like the tips?
with the amount you got, I will allow that for 2 coats.
Okay.
But keep in mind,
So-
if you do this, you won't have anything in the vial anymore.
Ooh.
And
I don't
you
know.
can't-
Risk
Maybe
assessment.
code
What do you
1
guys
then.
think?
But what is the likelier scenario? Shooting him or prying open his mouth and forcing him to drink some icky medicine?
Could a melee weapon be coated with?
Oh
Our
yeah.
most-
One,
on our
I
most
will give
competent
one
melee
melee
fighter.
weapon coating, just because it's bigger size.
Ooh.
Oh
Um,
boy.
My
But we'll
money-
say that lasts for a minute if you do coat a melee weapon.
Yeah, my money's on Coil for that.
Yep.
Coil's also not. You can't really bite Coil too well.
Yeah, he's made of metal.
That'd be cool as hell, though.
Warforged lycanthrope.
Where forged?
Werewolf Warforged. Say that 5 times fast.
No, I'm here for
Smart fella. Smelled fart.
One fart smella.
Mhm.
Shit. A Wereforged. Chat had it
Wereforged.
all along.
Great.
Oh, chat, you're so good.
Okay, well, we can decide that when we get closer to him, then. When we follow closer behind his trail.
Yeah. You think just with amount of time like it took, you're probably like a 10-15 minute trek out if you're making good pace and he's not like booking it or anything.
Maybe he'll just willingly drink it, you know? Anybody?
Perhaps, but always good to be prepared either way.
Yeah. Okay.
What else could we prepare? I'm looking at my spells.
I have 10 feet of green ribbon if that
Oh,
could be of use.
well, this whole situation's solved.
I'm
wanna-
gonna give a little, because it's up to an hour, I'm gonna give a little bit of enhanced ability to Coil.
Mm.
Oh, yay.
Boop. And I will give him Bull Strength. Just in case.
Oh, yeah.
It's not gonna help you attack better, but I don't know. I assume just in
Constitution check
case.
seems good. Yeah. With a werewolf.
Oh, actually, Constitution. Potentially. Ooh. I don't know. What do you think, Saren? What would Coil like more to be enhanced?
Oh, you said bull strength. I was reading it wrong.
That's okay.
I feel like either one is really probably good for fighting a werewolf. Either one is.
Yeah, I assume he's gonna be doing some wrestling with you. So let's give you Bull Strength just in case you need to like counter grapple him.
Strength seems good.
I think Hobson will do Armor of Agathis in advance for once as well,
Ooh,
instead of using a turn.
nice.
But only because he saw Double Leader do it. It was like, oh, that's a great idea, man. I'm terrible at this.
Trilby just straightens his shiny extra button.
Ooh, we love an extra button.
+1 AC, baby.
All right. Does anyone have anything else they want to do? Because following the trail is easy enough with Phaley spotting it. And it doesn't look like it's trying to be hidden at all as Graster walks. So if
Skelnick
you,
is gonna look at his. Skelnick is gonna do one more thing.
Okay.
He's gonna look at his shiny button that that was given to him by Trilby, and just thinking about what Phaley said about their conversation with Trilby, and just like grumbling to himself. And he's gonna go up to Trilby.
Strangely dressed boy, you are doing well.
And gives him a pat on the back, and he's gonna give enhance ability for Bear's Endurance. So you have 2d6 temporary hit points and advantage on Constitution checks.
Whoa.
you go.
Thank you, Double Leader.
Yes, of course. It return favor for button you gave.
I'm glad you like it, Double Leader. Grumble, grumble. That was Bear's Endurance?
Yes, Bear's Endurance.
Got it.
Not mine, Gelnex. Just praying in Goblinoid.
Sounds just like grumbling in common.
Yes. Many things in Goblinoid confusing when in common. Why grammar of Gelneck not very good sometimes. Actually, just using grammar from Goblinoid help him remember tribe and home and all that.
Aww.
anyone else?
Nope.
All right. You follow for, we'll say, 10-ish minutes, and up ahead in like a bit of a clearing, you can see Grasser is just slowly walking, kind of just every now and then looking around. You're not sure if he's seen you or even cares that you're there, but he's just walking away. He's probably about 120 feet from you right now.
What is plan? We sneak up on be dishonorable? Or we use honorable method, present his crimes, and take him down up front?
He's not honorable.
That is true.
We can't stoop down to his level.
Why not?
I think we should ask if he'll willingly drink the potion.
I'm just gonna stare at Trilby.
Gelnek actually interested in that idea.
He's gonna look back at Gelnek with a look that's like, you should know better. I expected better of you.
Gelnek believe there are some instances where some people, even deep down, may have seeds to plant beautiful tree and grow into better plant than they are. Even you, Stinky Drow.
Fine, go
But-
get yourself killed then.
But this is final chance for him to see if he is willing to plant or simply lay in gross dirt that he is. Will be ultimatum.
Gee, I wonder what he'll choose.
Ah, well, Genlek will be sure to ask you whenever he needs future red, since you know so good. Strangely dressed boy, will you come with me?
Aye, double leader.
And what of the rest of tribe? What is your plan, in case things go south?
Well, we're heading east right now, I think.
Oh, in case things go east.
God damn it.
Apologies, Gelnek's still getting used to common language.
I defer to whatever you decide. So if we are to offer it to him, I'm for that.
Double following the leader.
I think if fewer of us go, then it looks less like we want to fight.
And also, I think I should be there, regardless.
Gelnek concur.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
Let's approach.
Okay. Also, just to be clear, if you don't have the potion apply to something, I'll consider that an action to apply it to a weapon or ammo.
Ooh,
So
okay.
if
full
you
action.
if you want to do it like ahead of time, that's fine. But if you want to do it in the action, or in the moment, it'll take an action. Just so it's
sense.
not like dropped on you guys all of a sudden.
Good to know.
Well, I think we're just gonna go in with it as it is, right?
All right. Who all approaches?
At least us three.
Yes. The rest of you can be in like eye shot. You don't have to come close if you don't want, but you
Yep.
can.
Oh,
You
this
can
is
be
weird.
nearby.
Why this, Dan?
Just in case.
Encouraging.
Just a visual, you know.
Dan?
Just in case. And here, you know what? I'll even be like, oh, it's totally not combat because he's just an NPC marker. All right, so who were the three? Sorry, yeah. Okay, and you all are. We'll have you like hanging back a little.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you get within, we'll say like 30 feet. We'll say 30 feet. Once you get within 30 feet, he stops and turns around.
Thank you, Joe.
Yes.
You,
Well,
you say you have not been given kindness in your life, yes? At least very, very few.
he nods.
we are giving you chance for kindness, that you may return kindness. For kindness is not always given, even in this cruel world. Gelnek knows.
And he'll hold out the cure. Just
What's that?
to show.
This will cure you of lycanthropy. You will not be threat to anyone, and you will show your kindness. Show that you can be trusted.
So say I do take it, what happens then?
Then you are a free man. You are not threat to anyone. No one need fear you, and perhaps more kindness is shown to you.
Well, I don't know about all that, Double Eater. He might still be, mean to people. Like
That is
everyone
true,
else.
but taking this cure will say a lot for you as person, deep down,
Yeah.
and that go a long way. But if you don't, well, it seems maybe kindness not worth coming to you.
So how do I know I don't take that and you don't just sick your dog on me?
Why would we do that?
Well, perhaps you like wager.
Listening.
What do you want?
Leave your weapons behind that rock. He just gestures over to like a nearby boulder.
Done. Trilby just starts pulling everything up,
Probably will take his
including
sword off, too.
including the 30 feet of green ribbon. And he's making eye contact with Graster as he's like pulling it out of his pocket.
Gelnek will do the same, except for the drum.
Okay. So I take it, and I get to just keep walking.
Yes?
That's it.
Also, is above table, is the party comfortable with that decision?
Yeah.
I mean, a werewolf trophy seems pretty fun.
You mean the decision to go along with what he's saying, or the decision to cure him and let him go alive?
If he is cured, let him go alive.
Yep.
I am on board with that.
Okay. If you're not, what would it take to be comfortable with that decision?
Okay, the only thing that would make Morinthal comfortable with it is him taking it and being actually remorseful for what he's done.
Well, I don't know if that's a guarantee.
Instead of being so flippant with people's lives.
Well, I don't think we're getting that.
Yeah.
Take what I can get right now.
It does seem like the best case we're getting is like he is, all right, maybe not remorseful, maybe still potentially a danger, but a danger that people from any town could stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Have fun trying to explain that to me.
Right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let me put it like this: if he does take it and he just like goes, okay, I'll walk, Morinthal won't be happy, but he'll let it happen. If he walks away and like essentially implies that nothing's going to change, he's going to kill him right there and there. So it's all up to Dan.
Okay. In that scenario, how would the party feel about that? About Morinthal killing this guy?
It would be very upset. To put it
also-
mildly.
Simply do not see it.
But also be sort of like I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
I don't know what I
that's how
expected.
it'd
But
probably
sounding
play out.
like a majority would be indifferent to his death. What would it? Okay, now it's what would it take for Trilby to be okay with
To be okay with murdering a man?
that? Well, a murderer.
Another
Yes, a
murder of
murderer,
a man.
but remember his dad was a Crown's Guard.
That is true.
He believes in law and order and justice, and we're not executioners.
I would like to also remind you, this isn't the first time that Morinthal has killed someone that Trilby did not want him to kill.
And that's the moment Trilby stopped trusting Morinthal.
Very valid. Very valid.
So I don't think there's anything that could happen right now that would make Trilby okay with it. So the plan seems to be going great. Let's keep going with the plan.
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know. My inner
Well-
DM is like, I want every player to be happy.
That's not happening.
Let's
While we're
let's
at this
let's do
table-
this.
Yeah, go for it.
From what we've
Players can be
pitched so
happy, the
far
characters-
to him, let's do either. Yeah, we'll do a persuasion check with advantage from Gelnick, just on what you've
Oh.
pitched to him so far.
Okay. 23.
Okay.
Okay. So I think as you pitch this to him, he kind of he takes a step forward. There's no funny business here, right?
You have Gelneck word.
And mine, for whatever it's worth.
Can you do me a favor? It's okay if you say no.
Let's hear it.
And he walks up to Gelnick and goes to take the potion.
Real quick, can I? Is it possible to effectively cook a spell so it's ready to fire?
Absolutely. You can say you're readying an action.
Okay, I'm readying Mage Hand,
Okay.
which is called Hopscotch.
Hopscotch is at the ready.
I don't recall if I've used Hopscotch.
I think once you
I don't
used
think you
hopscotch.
have.
Anyway, that's ready.
It is
fire.
ready to go at a moment's notice. So he walks up
Okay.
to you, Gelnick, and goes to reach for the potion before he said his favor.
All right. I walk a little bit closer to hand it to him, but clutching it tightly, just like hearing him out.
You tell them the Green Ravens. Just tell them you killed me. And he goes to grab the potion.
Oh. I'll hand it over. Can I insight that?
Sure, absolutely.
16.
He's hard to read, but he doesn't look like he has his cocky kind of expression on his face at the moment. So you're not sure if he's really got a good poker face or he feels something.
I'll hand it
Yeah.
over and just say,
May I ask why?
Not a very good person without it. Not very helpful. I don't want them to know me like that.
You have value even without being helpful like you were before.
He scoffs and throws back the potion in his mouth. No, he doesn't throw it away. He throws it in his mouth.
Okay, good.
Potion, bottle, and all.
What I was readying for.
he,
Just throw it aside.
he takes it and just drops it on the ground after ingesting its contents. Well, we done?
I think
We're
we
done.
done.
He just kind of gives a look over the three of you, glances back, sees the other three, and just turns back to the north. Or south, is the way he's actually heading.
and while he's while he's walking away, Gelnick will just say,
Thank you.
He doesn't, like, nod or anything, he just keeps walking.
Things did turn south.
Gelnick is very confused by the saying now.
I'll explain it to you on the way back.
Thank you.
Wait, I think Trilby's the one that doesn't understand the saying.
Yeah, but he still says, I'll explain it to you on the way back.
get the frig out of here. Hey, what's that?
I'm just
What's all
kidding. I
these-
just wanted to
hey, what's-
scare you guys.
hey, what's that?
Oh, boy.
That wasn't visible on stream.
Oh, it was it? Okay, I just did this, Chad. I just start dragging out
A
a
bunch
bunch.
of stuff started to appear.
Still conflicting feelings about that.
Yeah,
But-
it was
Yeah.
interesting.
Hmm.
Mm.
Good persuasion.
Does it? I guess, like, out of character, does that potion act immediately?
I
I guess it's a thing we wouldn't know.
yeah, I don't know if you know it,
Takes
but
2 years.
No, but, like, I just, like, could he purge it and it not?
oh, you think typically with how like potions work, like once it like enters the body, it's kind of fast acting, even if it like takes time to slow off. You don't think he could like spit it out or anything.
Okay.
That's how I'm ruling potions. It's
Okay.
declared.
Hooray.
But yeah, you're left in the woods, and he walks into the distance before the, shrubbery and trees and bushes and stuff slowly make him disappear.
Can Bailey follow him? And
Are
just
you
catch
doing
up
it
to him?
stealthily or
No,
running
she
up?
just wants to catch up to him.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Hey,
He stops, like not looking back, and he just goes, "What?"
can she get real close to him?
Yeah.
She takes one of the flowers out of her hair and kind of puts it on his hand. People can be good. Then she walks back off.
You walk a few feet away, and you don't hear any like movement from him for a bit. Like he's pausing. And as you're maybe like 15 seconds away, you finally hear him resume walking again.
Bailey just walks back to the party.
Y'all are adorable. We're gonna take a quick little BRB.
All right.
Take a little bathroom break.
Too cute.
Y'all great. I love y'all. I need to pee so bad, so we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in, we'll say 8-10, so 4 minutes. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
See you soon. Hey chat, I forgot to mute my mic. I'm typing to my players. I keep trying to kill my players and they're too damn sweet. So DMing's hard. No, I love it. Anytime like an encounter can resolve in not combat, I feel like I get so invested as it, especially as a DM, because it's like I feel like it's so typical to just be like, yeah, kill it. Yeah, why not? Let's just kill it. And obviously there are moments for that. But I like when my characters are invested in the world. They're so good. Aren't they so good? Hey, in case you don't know, everyone in here streams. We got Barry on Barry is streaming. We got Nicole on Nicole Goodnight. Saren on Fahrenheit. Joecat on Joecat. Gamlord, and Mr. Dan Floyd is Playframe Plus. Be sure to follow everyone. They're all so wonderful. You can even do exclamation DJ and D, and I think it has links to everyone. And I think below there are links to everyone's account as well. If you're like, I don't know this person, I highly recommend checking out their stuff because they're all great. I love them all. Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Why, howdy there. Fancy meeting you all here.
Long time no see.
I know.
It's been at least like a year. We haven't played D&D since last year.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Incredible.
That is a
You are
true
right.
statement.
True. True statement. I
Can't believe we didn't have a murder.
I was just talking to chat. I was like, I'm always so impressed when interactions don't result into killing everyone.
It is a
It's
surprise.
always a surprise.
I was just fully expecting him to yeet that potion.
There was a
Same.
big part of me that wanted to, but I was like, that was a very
Nicole
good
and I were
persuasion check.
DMing just like, they're making a huge mistake. He's gonna just fucking throw it over his shoulder. We're gonna
That's why I
fight him.
was
God
cooking
damn it.
mage hand. I was
You
cooking
might.
it.
Yeah,
It was better
Toby
than
was-
nothing.
Yeah,
getting ready for it.
it was good.
I was worried he was gonna somehow sense that I was like preparing something and be like, "Oh fuck this."
Even
But-
Jax was getting ready for it.
Oh boy, are we all back?
Yeah.
Back.
think
so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Everyone's here. Okay, so I'm imagining you guys want to head back into Philgrove.
Yes.
I
and
closed
let
my
the-
notes. Oops.
Yeah, let the Green Ravens know the news.
Okay. You safely make
Before
your way.
we walk in the door, let's actually like make a plan. Are we
Okay.
doing
Oh, yeah.
the thing that we were asked say we killed them, or do we tell them like what actually happened?
Hmm.
I think we should tell him what actually happened.
True, he hasn't necessarily earned that.
He hasn't earned it, but also I feel like telling the truth of what happened reflects better on him in a way.
Kind of reflects
Yeah.
better on everybody. Yeah.
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 I like that plan.
Let's do that.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. You enter the Green Ravens estate. Cece's still typing away. She actually pauses to look up at you all for a moment. Kind of lingers a beat on each one of you, and then goes back to fervently writing.
Trilby waves.
She's already stopped looking.
Trilby waves a little bit more loudly.
she does the like head nod, like I see you. And Hestio, hearing the little like jingle of the door, walks in and looks, and he goes, well?
We cured him.
He really cured him.
Yes. And what's very interesting is after he drank potion, he said to tell you that we killed him.
Well, it definitely doesn't look like you did, because, I mean, no offense, I feel like at least one of you would have the shit kicked out of you.
Yes, it was surprisingly peaceful.
Did he say why?
Did not want to be remembered as how he was, apparently.
Yeah, we never knew him before. He kind of came to us, and I mean, he was a beast on the field until literally one day we learned about it. Maybe he just wanted us to remember that side of him, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like he feels unhelpful if he doesn't have his curse.
He
Perhaps in
nods.
some way he did die when he drank that potion.
No, he looked fine to me.
Oh no, Gelnek speak of a poetic nature.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you all. I know that was not a great situation, but I hope he finds some kind of peace or some reason to keep going.
Well,
Uh,
Me too.
with death often come rebirth, as Aether the Breaker believes.
You're right. Maybe he'll be just as helpful, if not more, than he ever was. We can only hope, right?
I still think we should hand him over to the Crown's Guard, but at least he isn't a lycanthrope anymore.
Well, I think
Unless
if he
the
does stir up some shit wherever he goes, I don't think there will be as much of an issue in case he doesn't learn.
I'm hoping the hag didn't give us a bad potion. The other ones worked, though. I'm sure it's fine.
I feel like a jerk asking, but are there any other like time bombs on staff we should know about?
He lingers for a bit and he goes, "No."
You did have to think about it, but okay. We're like looks over at Cece. Cece's fine.
CC's secretly a dragon.
You look around and every other member of the Green Raven's shaking their head no. Like,
What if CC was a bugbear wolf?
oh my god.
Oh my god. Hey, can I check in with the blacksmith?
Sure.
I gave him a broken sword like a day or two ago.
Yeah. He should be in the back. And he just points you there, and sure enough, like looking in the back, you find our good friend that I'm stalling until I remember his name. It is.
It's Graster.
He's back.
Bum 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 bum.
No, it's Oldar Mindswept, everyone's favorite. Oh, there he is.
Forget
yeah.
Oldar.
Who could forget
Mindswept.
Oldar?
That's
Oldar. Yeah, you can see he's currently working on an oversized sword that kind of folds together and like becomes an axe kind of thing. He's this weird, complicated mess.
Mm-hmm. As is the Monster Hunter. I mean, Green Raven's way.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And he goes, what can I do for you?
Hey there, Oldar, whose name I remember.
Oh, that's very
Wink.
sweet of you. I don't remember your name, but that's kind.
Name's Trilby. No offense taken.
True,
Um,
I'll remember it.
It's okay if you don't. I gave you a sword hilt, and you said you could do something with it, and you also told me I was a Green Raven intern, and I was wondering how both of those might be faring.
Well, I mean, I fixed the blade. I didn't know if you wanted like anything like custom with it. And he just puts out a nice kind of polished short sword. You can see where the metal has kind of like created a new like texture halfway through it. And he's like, normally I'd melt the whole thing down and start over, but I thought it'd be a cool combination. I don't know how blacksmithing works. In fantasy, this
Look
works,
neat.
and the blade is still really good. Trust me.
It does look cool. Does that
I
have
mean, it's yours if you want. Did you want something cool with it? It's just your standard short sword.
Could you wrap it up with this? I say, handing over 10 feet of green ribbon.
I mean, he starts
It's
wrapping
to
it up, and
go.
it gets like 4 inches up the blade, and he goes, "Ta-da!" Would you want it
Thank
like all spread out, or just like one little clump like this? You know what we could do? We could put it on the handle, and then it would, instead of being this normal old leather, it's this cool green.
I like cool. Yeah, that seems cool.
Yeah, you know what? Give me a few minutes, and you see him kind of work in a needle sewing kind of way of combining this green ribbon with the handle of the blade.
I like to think he's still hitting it with like a hammer on the
Absolutely,
anvil.
yeah. It's
Which
just
just
doing that,
Absolutely.
and the model updates every 3 hits, so it's like,
Right. It snaps and its position changes slightly.
mhm.
Wow. You really know how to work that thing.
It's my job. Anything else?
What's that you got there? That kind of half sword, half transforming.
Well, I call this one the switch sword, because you see it starts as an axe and it becomes a sword later, so it's like, it's a mix. You switch it.
Seems kind of silly.
No, it's
Sorry.
very good.
Apologize for my language.
This is my own original design, the switch sword.
Ugh, size is quite ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
it's-
unwieldy.
yeah. They say the bigger's the better.
Is that just like an animal bone sticking out of the side of it?
Well, yeah, I couldn't cut it off, so I just kind of left it in. I was like, that's kind of cool looking, so I left it.
It is pretty cool.
And these feathers, not even the same monster, actually. I just threw them on there for decoration.
It's like a garnish.
Yeah. Well,
Alright,
if anything else, I gotta get back to making my charge shield as well. So I gotta get back to that real quick.
Very well.
Thanks, Oldar.
Good seeing you, Trent.
Yep. Does not correct them.
Well, with that, I mean, the day's yours.
Well, I think Trilby walks back over to the group. I don't know how many followed him over there. And he's just holding this sword with strips of green ribbon stuck into it. Anybody want this? I'm getting tired just holding it.
You got no use for a sword?
Coil? You're looking at me, right?
No, I'm suggesting that you keep it.
It's heavy.
No takers, I guess.
All right.
Strangely dressed
It's
boy.
yours, Trilby.
You used to be little baby child, yes?
Used to be?
Yes. For now you are larger child.
That's true.
And you did not always walk.
It's also true.
For now you not wield this sword, but maybe one day you will.
Well, I guess I can try.
Just like you tried to walk when you are baby child. And look at you now. You only crawl sometimes.
He just holds the sword in his hands and looks down at it and mutters to himself, "Baby child." Well, he slings it over his shoulder and sticks it through his bag, which cuts open part of his bag and
Yeah.
some stuff falls on the floor.
Some candy spills on the floor.
Yeah, just balls of candy just scatter.
I feel like if that were to happen, Trilby is definitely the kind of person who just walk away like it's someone else's problem.
He's trying
Sit
to
under
look cool.
CC's
Yeah.
desk.
Well, with your new sword in tow, the situation with Graster wrapped, it's probably at this point 2-3 o'clock.
I'm bushed.
You do hear a bit of a commotion gathering outside. You can hear heavy footsteps or just a lot of footsteps rushing over away from where you are. And just glancing out the window, you can see a few men or folk kind of just like making their way towards. You can see them making their way towards one of the central guard towers that kind of is built around the ring of Philgrove, where you met like Bori and stuff like that.
I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, do we want to
we
go see what the
check it out?
commotion's about?
Yeah.
Are we done here, Trilby?
Clip commotion away.
I'm just gonna gesture to the candy that's on the floor. Are we done?
Trilby does not break eye contact with Mornthal. It's time to go.
He's trying. He's trying so hard.
His arm is like he's still holding on to the hilt of the sword because there's nowhere for it to rest on his back, and he's like shaking from holding it.
Perhaps we go before catastrophe comes. To whatever is going on with Strangely Dressed Boy.
Onward.
Let's follow the commotion.
Yeah.
You follow the commotion. And as you take a few steps outside, you can see a few people pointing to the south, and your eyes are immediately drawn and realize what the commotion is about. In the sky, there is a large vessel approaching. It looks similar to what you would expect a ship you would see on the ocean, but there are no sails. There are these 4 large green crystals kind of embedded in it, and you can see this kind of like metallic device that there is a constant stream of smoke coming from the back of it, pushing it in the direction of town, and you can see it slowing its speed as it approaches the central tower of Philgrove, where there is a small kind of docking platform for skyships, but you haven't seen any since the time you've been here. And Trilby, you've probably seen like 2 or 3 in your life that have ever docked. And maybe like the only reason you ever knew about it was Facetious had something like to meet with a higher Crown's Guard member or something like that, and you are told about this cool spectacle approaching.
Mm-hmm.
But you all can see it. As you are walking that way, one of the Crown's Guard nearby walks up and he goes, I was told to bring the lot of you to the platform. If you're not in the middle of anything, but your audience is requested.
Sure.
All right, well, follow me. And he leads you through the familiar tower that you teleported in. That was the base level. You can see like 2 levels of barracks where Bori's office was, and you continue up the spiral staircase where there is a kind of extravagant room that kind of does not mesh with the rest of this keep. There are like fine burgundy rugs laid down, golden candelabras, a big chandelier that is well lit, a roaring fireplace that has like a chimney that branches off the side of the tower, and a huge circular table that could seat probably about 20 or 30 people. And as you are led into that room, the guard in front of you just says, if you just take your seat, the party will be here in a moment. The only other person in the room are 2 figures, which means there's 2 people in the room. You see a dwarven man. He's more portly than muscular. He's got blonde, thick facial hair that kind of like sticks like a good 2 inches out, like away from his face. It's just short and this like mesh of facial hair. His hair is kind of slicked back that does not clash with the design of his beard. He's wearing fine noble's clothes. Trilby, you know this person to be the Duke, Mr. Berkeley Teldonto. Next to him is a small gnome figure who, terrible posture. He's currently shrimping. He looks greasy, like just not well maintained, not good hygiene. His hair is slicked to the side. A few like little bald spots are showing through his comb over. And he is standing patiently by the Duke, not in a seat. And you would know this to be Udo, his personal servant. But the rest of the room is empty except for a few guards kind of stationed, but they're kind of motionless and not part of the conversation. And I don't have music on.
And roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Eat the rich.
Let's just do like, I don't know. That's 2 tenths.
So, at last we meet.
I like this better.
How do you like my golden candelabras?
But yeah, you have the room to yourself. The Duke kind of just sitting with his fingers crossed over his chest, his big belly, kind of waiting. He doesn't like acknowledge you all in. He's just kind of like looking over your shoulder, watching the entrance.
Do we know why we're here already? I don't remember if this was like mentioned in a previous session. I know something about an airship.
You know from what Bori told you, the basically people who told him about the staff and the reason the bounty was put out in the first place was from higher ups in a city called Northcliff. And then they would be arriving to basically either pay or accept favor or whatnot for successfully returning the staff. So you can imagine it's probably that.
Yeah, okay. We can safely assume. All right.
The staff of the hag wanted as well.
Correct.
Which she did not get.
Correct.
No. And so she orbed Phaley.
Yeah.
Got orbed.
Mhm.
Fucking orbed.
Mhm.
But do you all take a seat? Or do you just want to like stand and
Yeah.
block the entrance?
Gelnick will take a seat and admire
I'll
the
take a
very
seat.
large eating space.
Oh yeah. Lots of eating space. There's like a cool globe kind of built into the center of the table that's like maybe 3 feet across. And it kind of spins, but it's just motionless at the moment. There's like a small little path that cuts the table, so it looks like or the circular table, so it looks like a big C. But nothing's laid out, no food or anything. It's just a nice big table.
Must have hunted very long drake to be put on large eating space like this.
Does everyone else take a seat?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ooh, sure. Risky.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think Trilby's just kind of freaking out a bit. It's
In
the
like a good
Duke.
way.
Yeah. It's like he's a big deal and he's here for us.
Hmm.
But Trilby keeps this to himself because he's shy.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the rest of you probably have no idea this is the Duke. You just know it's
Yeah.
this extravagant-looking dwarf.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I figure we can gather though that he's someone important.
Oh yeah. Actually,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what? There's probably like a big painting of his face behind him.
Do we
There's
notice
definitely.
the painting?
Yes, I would say it's unnoticed. Like you can't not notice it.
Fucking
Gelnick.
airplane.
Gelnick doesn't believe there's anything inconspicuous about that. He would have a big painting of himself with no notable like thing about him.
Yeah, he's probably in the exact
who
same
wouldn't?
pose too, with like his fingers crossed.
So it is just airplane.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But you hear a commotion come from the hallway, and you see a few figures come down. You see about 10 or so Crown's Guard, notably wearing better armor, like higher quality. There's probably a lot more gold embroidery and stuff in the showing leather, and the actual like pauldrons and center chest plate are like polished finely. There's like no nicks or scratches on them. They have spears and they kind of surround the side of the door, and they're joined by two unique figures. One kind of looks like a swashbuckler-esque. He's got the Jerry Seinfeld pirate shirt on. He looks a little disheveled, not really well prepared for a fancy meeting like this. He is elven, and his hair is kind of like goes down to the lower of his back, and it's in a messy ponytail. He kind of just steps to the side, and then following him, you see a human figure. Looks to be maybe late 50s, early 60s. His body is toned to a T. He looks like a living boulder. He is just if you were to draw him first, you would just draw a square and then put a face on it. That's how you would draw this character.
So a Gears of War character.
He's a Gears of War character, exactly.
The kingpin approach.
His brow is super heavy. His eyes have this like light piercing gray, and you can swear just by looking at them, you can see faint wisps of smoke kind of trailing from his pupils as he turns his head. He's wearing formal clothes that do not match how scarred up and well fit he looks. He looks uncomfortable in them, like he maybe adjusts them a little more than you would normally do. But he sits down at a table. The guards kind of remain at the door, and the elven figure, he goes, "Well, I've got to be back to the ship. We're here as long as you need. Toodles." And he walks out of the door, not greeting anyone else. The figure sitting down, though, I don't think any of you would recognize him. But as soon as he enters the room and takes a seat, the Duke stands up and he goes, "Adocus, it is such a pleasure to meet you. I'm so happy to have you here in our humble town. We obviously know the cause for your visit, but is there anything I can get you?" And he just puts a hand up, like, "I'm good." Like no words, just simple like frustration with being here in this extravagant place. Adocus, the older human figure, looks to the group of you, kind of takes a moment staring at each of you. And as the final like guards close the door, the meeting actually like begins. The Duke clears his throat. "Well, as you all are probably aware, I am Duke Berkeley Teldonto. This is my servant, Uto. And you are here on the acquisition of a unique rare artifact. And what I would like to point out before we get into exchanging details, I would like to take full ownership for the idea of hiring these unique individuals here to help our town. They've defeated hordes of undead that stormed our farmlands. They've defeated monstrous beasts attacking our innocent civilians. They even infiltrated the depths nearby and slayed a cult of dark worshippers before carrying out their nefarious deeds. All of that was what led them to gain the position of reclaiming this artifact. I know our Crown's Guard was more than capable of handling the situation, but I think you can see where I got the idea from. I mean, just look at them all. And he just gestures to the lot of you. If you
Gelnick
look
grumbles.
presentable at all.
Gelnick grumbles.
Do we have-
Yeah. No, you go first.
I was just gonna ask, do we have like any drinks in front of us? already?
No. The table is totally empty. At the moment.
Trilby is sitting with perfect posture, almost visibly trembling.
Morenthal very
Maybe.
clearly does not want to be here.
Gelnick is going to whisper to whoever's like sitting closest to him.
Gilnak not remember being hired by someone dressed so foppish.
I'm gonna hear it and chuckle a little bit.
Oh, maybe you were. Gilnak not remember this.
Guys, shush.
Oh, sorry.
Faley, I think as this spiel is going on from the Duke, you look over into the corner of the room and you can see Bori, who is in full armor. You can only just recognize him through the slits in the helmet. And he's standing there with his spear, and he just looks so like done with being here after listening to that conversation. He is mentally checked out. But you catch wind of that.
Lovely.
The Duke continues as he pushes up and starts to walk around the table. Now, great adventurers that I'm responsible for hiring. This here is Adocus Thanadar. He is one of the heroes of old, the champion of virtue. Is that still okay to say? And he just slowly nods. He was the one who requested the service of our town as this artifact found its way back beneath our city. And are you sure there's nothing I can get? And he stands up, interrupting the Duke's conversation. And he goes, I was told some capable mercenaries were responsible for finding the staff. Is that all of you? Yes?
Yes. We have been together
Yep.
for many weeks now.
Mercenaries!
Capable?
Trilby says that much louder than he was expecting to.
Maybe not mercenary, hired help, I guess we'll say.
Out of curiosity, would like any of the names and terms like champions of virtue, anything like that, would that be ringing bells with any of them?
Roll a history check.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not gonna roll because Morenthal doesn't care.
Oh, Morthal's
I
above
can-
knowing.
I was just thinking, I was like, hey, I should probably find out. And I'm like, he's not listening to this conversation.
Knowing's for nerds.
Yeah, he wouldn't know this.
I
rolled
rolled
a
a
si-
nat 20.
I'm gonna roll.
I rolled a
history check.
6 for history.
Oh, boy.
23.
Trilby's too nervous to remember his books.
I should be getting advantage on my history roll, so I'm gonna roll.
Ooh.
Mm. Oh, no.
Oh, I still only got a 12.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
I think that fits, though, for Coil, like, because
Yeah.
it's like that in-between time that Coil would not know about.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So, definitely Hobson and Faley, the name Champions of Virtue and Adocus ring out. To your knowledge, this was maybe like half a century ago. There were a group of of heroes that were deemed the champions of virtue. They were kind of like championed through the land, the, saviors of old. If there was, a dragon, lich, whatever, like, fairy tale kind of situation got rumored. You're not sure what's actually true and not. But they were the supposed, like, right hand of the Emperor in protecting the realm. Even stuff offside of Orlan. And you would know Adokis was a member of that, which is odd that this would take place over 50 years ago, because he looks to be just human in his, like, maybe, like, late 50s, 60s. But other than that, it's just a well-researched, very prominent figures you would know about.
Yeah, and upon hearing those names and terms, then Hobson definitely sits up a little bit straighter. Probably, if there had been drinks around, might have done like a very tiny spit, taking the cup, like, oh, holy shit. Like, it's like, well, like, that really? Like, sort of that sort of thing. So he's just trying to sort of stifle his, like, whoa, I was not prepared for how, like, sitting in front of somebody important.
He kind of, I think, sees your tension, immediately hops in and he goes, I appreciate, but I'm just a member of the council now. It's not a big deal. We've disbanded years and years ago. But I was a member of the Champion of Virtue back in the day. Now I'm more concerned about the safety of the realm that I can, let's say, do from the office. And you've done us all a great service. I don't know if you've been informed about the incident that happened at the Vaults of Eversteel, but many artifacts were lost, and this is one of the ones that we had an easy way to track down. Thank you very much for returning it to safety. Also, outside of payment, which he looks over to his side, one of the guards walks up and has a tray with 6 large coin purses that he kind of puts down, and he passes them out to each of you, and he goes, if you look inside, there should be about 1,250 per bag gold pieces. A small token of our thanks for the safety of the realm. I can offer you much more if you would be so inclined to help us return these other artifacts. We're looking for help. We're looking for heroes, as I think anyone is in this land. But if not, our business should be concluded here, and I thank you very much for your time.
How many other artifacts?
Well, we lost a few dozen in the explosion. We've recovered about 6 in the past few months. The problem is a lot of them are a bit tricky to track down. And the very nature of the staff that you found, the Defiler staff, as it's been called, it has a very unique magical energy that is easy to pinpoint its location when it's in a large enough state, as I'm sure you probably found when you came across it. It's the magic of the abyss is unique to the realm, so something like that, it's easy enough to pinpoint. Its whole purpose is to spread and grow, whereas something like, a strong sword or the Throne of Want, like those are a little harder to track down because they don't inherently give off their own unique source of energy. So we still have quite a lot to get done.
And you would potentially have us do this?
I mean, we would be happy to compensate you for any you find. At the moment, we don't have many leads on any, but if you were to be employed by us, we would pass on any information we have on you and be able to support you with traveling across the realm. Other than that, though, it would be mostly on your hands, and we would give you all the information we knew about the required relic.
At the word travel across the land, Gelnek just slams his hand.
Gelnek is in.
There's a noticeable change in Hobson's posture as well as he says, "It sounds important."
It's quite important. It is the very thing that is actually uniting all the lands in Lithia right now. As long as war in the West is at a standstill at the moment, but it seems to be the primary focus of recovering these, because believe it or not, the staff was rather low on the list of dangers that presented themselves with some of these artifacts being out in the wild. It's still dangerous, do not get me wrong, that is why you're being compensated, but there's worse.
Oh, that is all Gelnek need to hear. Gelnek is currently on pilgrimage. Traveling to other lands will aid in that.
I would be happy to accept as well.
Trilby tries to say something to the effect of that it would be, his absolute honor to continue to serve the realm, but it comes out more like, it'd be an honor to continue to serve the realm.
Do keep in mind, and there's no formal contract or anything to this at the moment. If you were to agree to help with this endeavor, there would be certain preemptive measures to ensure the situation doesn't go in our favor. Right? Mainly being blood samples would be required of the lot of you if you were to go over some of the higher profile relics. I'm just putting this information up front simply because we cannot have an artifact of this power go into hands and not have a way to prevent that. Or at least be aware of how to find you.
Not even the weirdest thing that's happened to us today.
Trilby slowly turns and looks over towards Coil.
Yeah.
Oil tilts his little head.
His big little head.
I suppose if you would allow for your friend, maybe a sigil to be placed upon your frame, that would allow us to know your whereabouts. Again, I would just want to be above the board with all of this and not drop it on you at a moment's notice. This is for the safety of the realm, not for taking advantage of you.
It would only be for tracking them.
Well, let's say we tell you the location of a brass key that lets you manipulate the minds of anyone it touches. We would want to know where you are if you do not return something like that to us.
Understandable.
If business goes as normal, there would be no need for this, and only the Council of Lithia would know about this possible tracking method.
Sure, yeah, blood. Whose blood? My blood? Sure, take. I have too much blood. Nuts.
Merely a drop will do.
Okay.
But this would also be, once your party has come to the agreements, we can meet in Northcliff and start this business venture together. I'm sure you have
Quill
your own
kinda
affairs
looks
here
over
in
to
town.
Faylee just looks like she's just been sitting there completely checked out, but when she heard that they wanted to do a tracking thing, her mind immediately thought about the orb, and she was so ready to say not me, but she just sits there.
But with all that aside, that is a decision for you all to speak with together by yourselves. I totally understand any apprehension doing it, but we would very much appreciate any help. And if the case were to come up, maybe some lower profile relics, we would be a little more lenient since you've already covered one for us, so. But I'm happy to provide anything I can for helping. If you have any questions about anything, if you need assistance, I'm sure I know very important people in this realm.
Yes, Gelnick has a question.
Of course.
Were we to accept? How?
That's a good point. I own a small inn/dojo in Northcliff. You could either reach me there, or I can pass the word on directly now, if you would like. Most of the council sits in Northcliff, so if you needed to reach any of us, going there would be your best bet. Also, you could reach out with the Duke here, as they have ways of communicating via distances with the council. So if you decided, maybe tomorrow you wanted to do it and we had already departed, we would be aware and either send for transport or meet you in a location of your choice.
Gelnick will look to the party.
Do you think we need time for discussion?
Seems good, yeah.
Very well. We shall return to you with our message. Or ignore you and leave you on hold.
Well,
The honesty.
The party leaves him on red.
it's just a constant ... Come on. Well, I'm sure you all have your own plans for the day. I wouldn't want to keep you. Thank you again for your aid. Do you have a, what do I call you all? If you have a name.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's the flower.
It's the hardest thing to do. Back in the day.
Flower crown?
Yeah.
Flower crowns.
The flower crowns.
Is Champions of Virtue taken?
I think there might be some confusion.
No, I think Champions of Virtue. That's a good one. I like that one, Trilby.
Flower crown!
Well, we'd be happy to hear of your deeds down the road if you continue adventuring together. I do miss the days. He's a small smile on his face, or immediately going back to the stone expression you're used to seeing. Well, Duke, do you have any other things for me? Luke says, "Oh, well, I thought I could show you the town. We've been improving quite a lot," and they kind of just carry on at a drivel. The Duke kind of just ignores your presence. If you would like to continue and stay and listen or talk with him, this is your moment. If not, it does not seem you guys are needed anymore if you would like to do whatever.
Steal some of the silverware.
Steal? Trilby.
All right.
Not stealing if they don't notice it.
Settle down.
Trilby
Tom,
would
hold on.
never.
Accidentally, he would.
Yeah, maybe just panic, gather his things, and also grab half the table.
Thinking this is just normal etiquette, Gelnick will do the same and follow. Royalty for goblinoids is very different, so.
But yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I guess discuss, yeah. I guess we could go to the tavern. We could go to the inn and discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's go do that.
Yeah.
All right. As you leave, Adokus stands up and kind of gives you all a firm handshake and just says, thank you. His hand is just even people kind of his size, it just kind of surrounds and engulfs your hand when he shakes it. Like it's an oven mitt.
I'm
But-
just gonna put down a -1 health.
Yeah,
for Trilby.
he broke your pinky because he squeezed. He just shook your hand and.
Right. You just hear crunching noises.
Real
Um,
quick, Dan, what was
yeah.
that? What was that payment amount again? How much money?
Oh yeah.
Each of you
1250.
should have 1250. Yeah.
12.
And that's not including whatever we got from Han. I don't think we.
Correct. Han gave
Dug into
600,
that.
which I don't know if anyone
A piece or total?
total.
We gotta divvy that up too.
It's 100 now.
So you guys got bank. It's them big figures.
So
Finally,
yeah,
I
in
have
the
money
100.
again.
1250,
And then we each got.
100 from
100.
Han because it's 600. So
Thanks for giving us a
One-
number divisible by 6.
I
Yes.
try literally every time.
You get 500.
Fuck you. As you leave, and the Duke continues rambling, you shut the door behind you, walk down the spiral staircase that surrounds the exterior of the, or surrounds it. It's on the walls of the interior. You know, the center's empty. It's that one column where Harshafant is. It's that building.
while we're walking, Gelnick is actually going to divvy up some of his own gold,
Oh.
and is going to give everyone 100 of his own share, just as compensation for following his lead.
Gelnick understand that tribe leader only as strong as tribe, and you have done well, for Gelnick has taken most credit. So here is your credit.
And then he's handing out all the 100 gold each for each person. And then when he gets to Morinthal, he eyeballs him and gives him 99 instead.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Gelnick.
Thanks, boss.
Yes. Of course.
Are you doing this just as you're walking through the town towards the bar?
Yeah.
I think as you're handing out, divvying out some money, you see that lizard, that big lizard man,
Conspicuous lizard man.
conspicuous lizard man with the giant pack on his back. Both eyes locked in on your exchange. And he kind of scuttles over. He drops the bag in front of you, which is like, the bag by itself is like 6 feet tall. Runs behind it and then pushes open like 2 little shop window doors. So it's like a quick setup, like stall stand. And
Lemonade stand.
and he pierces through it, and it goes, "Hey, I'm the chameleonaire." I can't help but notice you have quite a bit of coin on you, and I have some very nice goods if you'd like to peruse.
Would I?
Oh, just for you, friend. I have just the thing, and you
Name's
see.
Trilby.
The name's Chameleonaire. Don't forget it. And he reaches. Chameleonaire. He's the chameleonaire. Yeah.
I can't believe you.
Oh, do we see him rolling?
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
we hate him, honestly.
You can see like the pack is just made of like stitched together bags, so like everything has a pocket. So he reaches in one pocket and he places in front of you, Trilby, a small clockwork bee. It's about 2 inch long. It's made of brass and glass. You can see a little plus sign made of brass on its little abdomen. And he whispers into it. You hear like a flame, like, ah! And the bee stirs to life
That's
and
how he
starts.
whispers?
That's his whisper. Yeah. It hovers 5 feet off the ground towards him, and he goes, "This is a what I call a clockwork healer bee. It requires attunement and it can go heal your friends across distances. Yeah, just watch this. Heal him. And like the bee flies over to Morenthal's direction and then just like does a little like spray of this teal fluid, and it kind of hits you. And if you were injured, it would have healed you for a little bit, but you just kind of feel this warm little tingle from where the liquid hit you. And then the bee hovers back over towards the chameleonaire. And he goes, it has a few charges. If it breaks down, it needs a bit to rest, and then it comes back, and it's all good. 700 gold pieces.
That is a lot of money. Gilnak not know about this investment.
A lot of gold pieces.
I mean, that's not all we have. We have a lot.
Can you do it for 100?
I don't think so, no.
103.
How about 700?
That's the same thing you said last time.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say 700 the first time. That was a misspeak by me if I did not say 700.
No, you did.
No,
but,
you
like,
said 700.
Okay, good.
But
Just
literally,
making sure.
funnier.
every one of those sentences together is very funny still.
Exactly. Yeah, it's perfect. Don't change a thing.
Oh, 700? I meant 700.
Well, now Trilby's stroking his chin going, 700?
Trilby.
No, I gotta give this to me, Ma. No sale, chameleonaire.
What
It's
about
not-
you,
it's
friends?
not my money.
Big dog. And he pulls out this like heavy, thick white and gray pelt coat. And it has like a little like kind of maybe like a wolf skull or something embroidered at the top of it, and it rests on his shoulder when he puts it on. And he goes, "This one, it's not so much magic, but when people surround you, they can't hit you as easy." Basically, this mantle prevents creatures from gaining the advantage for flanking you when you wear this.
Ooh,
It also requires
that's-
attunement.
Ooh, Gilnak like to be in the middle of many opponents.
This one runs 800 gold, though.
800.
He keeps pulling stuff out as you guys are like debating. He pulls out this like small stone staff. It's maybe like 2 feet tall, and at the top of it, there's a little bird with its wings flayed out. He goes, "This is the staff of the magpie. You whisper into it, and you go, and boom, you can fly. And not only that, it's good at finding little shiny things." So this is a staff of the magpie. It can only be attuned by a spellcaster, but it has 10 charges, gives you a +1 investigation check if you're looking specifically for items or treasure. Using 3 can let you cast fly, and using 2 let you cast locate objects. This one runs 1,200 gold pieces, though.
Bailey looks so disgusted by this man.
He's a lizard guy. His eyes are
She
going
just hates
wild
him
every time.
so
Like,
much.
one of his bags, you see him like reach through, and there's like 4 or 5 bags, and he pulls one of them out. And he goes, "It's a classic among groups like you. You put things in this, and it just keeps taking them. You know, we call this a bag of holding. A classic. That one will run you 1,000 if you do want the bag of holding. He has another one, which I'm gonna say just as Dan, because this voice sucks. He pulls out this softball-sized sphere. It's made of glass, and you can see like a blizzard storm inside of it. And he goes, "You throw this one, and it breaks, and the whole blizzard appears in a small little area around you. You only can do it once, because once it breaks, it's done. But it runs 200 gold pieces."
What is it, a cloak? The one that
Yes,
prevents
it is
flanking?
a mantle of the Pact Lord is the name of it.
Mantle. Okay. Gelnek will point at the mantle of the Pact Lord.
That supposed to protect during combat, but Gelnek not know if this thing truly, work. And if it do work, then Gelnek not only pay massive amount of coin, Gelnek also die. Not sure if Gelnek willing to pay so much without proper insurance.
That's a good point. Do any of your friends have a arcane training? And he flips the mantle over on its backside, and he's
He holds
pointing. Oh, go ahead.
Gelnek holds up his hand.
No. Me know your type. Gelnek know your type. Your type very tricksy, very, very crafty. Not use spells of our own. Gelnek not convinced.
No, you don't need to. I just want you to read something. And as he's laying it on the counter, you can see like stitching in it that has like a runic language to it. And if folks who are proficient in Arcana can give an Arcana check to see if you can interpret what these runes do, if anything.
12.
13.
Ooh.
I can read everything.
Well, there you go.
I knew it like that.
18. Oh wait.
So Hobson and Morenthal, looking at this, you can interpret it. It's a combination of like a blur image kind of shield-esque enchantment magic that seems to align with what he's saying. If you do wear it in combat and are attuned to it, that flanking creatures would not gain advantage on attacks. They would still attack you normally, but they just wouldn't get advantage.
Pretty legit.
Gelnek just whispers to Hobson.
No, Gelnek trying the common folk thing of haggle. Shh.
Big, very noticeable wink.
Perhaps it is legit, but Gelnek trying to pretend it not. That is what that is what coin folk do, right? Lie. Usually goblinoid barter, but things very strange since Gelnek went on pilgrimage.
I can see maybe the cloak is not your speed, little one. This one I think you might be a little more interested in. And he pulls out a tuning fork. And you can see there's small little designs covering the entire form of it. It's only, maybe like 3 inches long, but has these 2 little metal prongs on it. And he rings it, and it makes a pleasant little sound. And he goes, folks like you who, they like the music. that one was just for me.
Please.
This tuning fork, when attuned to it, if you use an action to activate it before making a performance check, you have advantage on the roll. Also, while attuned to it, once per day, you can cast any bard spell cantrip, even if you don't know it, if you succeed a DC 10 Arcana check. And this one runs 500.
Gelnek has been practicing his vocals recently, trying to mix up drumming with performance. Perhaps War Cry could be good.
That was just a noise.
He just died. He's just perished.
I have two more special ones for you. I can get a feel for your group. He puts down a small face mask that just covers like your nose and mouth. It looks like a turtle shell that's kind of like warped. It has like small little bands that attach to your ear and leather on the inside of the shell. Basically, this is called the Turtle Lung. Once per day, you may equip it and as an action activate it. And for 10 minutes, regardless of the environment, you can breathe normally. You're also like immune to poisonous gas and stuff. You're not immune to like if someone stabs you with a poison weapon, but you can breathe freely in any atmosphere for 10 minutes. And the final weapon is a small wooden dagger. The center of it has like this like splintered opening in it. And he goes, I know this doesn't look like a lot, but this dagger, it's really good. It was made from a shard of the Evertree. And not only that, when you strike out with it, and you can see like as you kind of like thrust it in the air, there's like a white gleam that comes off of it, like as it like comes to rest. It goes, it does a little bit of extra, if you know what I mean. And and not only that, if you hit something really good, you can pierce it and leave it in them, and they glow, and it hurts them real bad. This is called the Purging Dagger. Requires attunement. It is a +1 dagger. Deals an extra 1d4 radiant on hit. On a crit, you can leave it in the target that you hit, and they take 3d4 radiant at the start of each of their turns. They can use an action to pull it out, and which ends the effect. But if they leave it in there, it's going to deal damage every turn. This is 1,500 though. Oh, and the turtle shell was 600.
Curse you, Dan.
That's right. I knew just how much you didn't have.
You knew just how much I didn't have.
And that's what I got. I got no more. Don't ask for it.
I like to imagine he's like deeply offended. Like we haven't even said anything. He's like, "Don't ask anymore." It's like,
Well, what if we want to hear about your life's backstory?
Well, it all started when I was a little egg, and then I hatched, and I put this
Bailey
backpack
speaks up.
on,
She's
and
like,
here I
don't
am.
we have some important decisions to be making at the end? Don't we? Shouldn't we?
Yeah, Gelnek will give up his haggling and fork over the 500 gold for the tuning fork.
Ooh, okay. I will give you an item sheet
Ooh, I like item sheets.
as soon as. Why aren't they there? Well, I guess I didn't save it. I don't know. Well, I'll give you one after the session.
Is Morenthal eyeing the dagger? Like, is it noticeable that it's piqued his interest?
it was until the second he said 1,500, and
How
then he
much-
immediately just got annoyed. I have 1,449.
Bailey
Curse
kind of
you,
leans
God.
over. Bailey leans over to Morenthal. Interested in it?
Maybe.
How much do you need?
I don't. 51 gold.
She kind of takes out 200 from her bag and slides it over. If you use that to kill me. And then she kind of just turns around and goes
Enough
back to
said.
being annoyed about the fucking chameleon.
You mean chameleonaire?
He's the chameleonaire.
I
Nicole.
mean, chameleonaire.
I didn't come up with that pun for nothing, Nicole.
Okay, I'll hand over the 1,500 to him then.
All right. I will give you an item. But yeah, it is a +1 dagger. So basically, +1 on all your attacks. It deals extra 1d4 radiant, and all the extra stuff.
All the extra stuff.
All the extra
We
stuff.
love it.
We had a couple folks kind of eyeing the cloak. Is that something that like either Gelnick or Coil are still considering, or have they kind of been like, eh? Moved on.
I think
Okay-
Coil
I'm
is
okay with not
considering it, but isn't. Are you looking at that one too?
No, I was just curious. I wasn't like, if Coil or Gelnick weren't going to go for it, like if Hobson had noticed that both of them had some interest, it seemed like something Hobson was like, I don't have a lot of use for this money right now. And that seems
Aw,
like a useful thing.
no, that's sweet. Joe, were you thinking about it?
Nah. I honestly should be hanging back more often anyway.
No, you're
Uh,
good.
Get in there. Get in that action.
Get in there.
Yeah, we love
I am okay without it.
Yeah.
There's no way we're not running into the chameleonaire again. So
I
hope
do
not.
think.
Listen, he knows you
Coil
had
will-
money, so he's like,
I do think Coil will point at the cloak then.
good taste. 800. Sorry, I misspoke. 800.
Sorry, 6?
It was 8. It's
I
a
heard
it's a
6.
disease. I say 6 sometimes instead of 8.
What about 7?
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Because Coil's very good at that.
Coil's just walking persuasion.
A
Gelnick
walking
will,
charisma.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Gelnick
yeah,
will
those-
elbow Hobson.
See? Lying.
I see.
Okay, no, not with advantage. 15.
15. I'll tell you what. Your friends buy one more thing. I give 700.
Bailey just slaps 100 gold down on the table in front of Coil and is like, please, just, please, let's leave.
Okay, yeah, he'll take it.
All right, he scoops up the 800 and puts it in one of the little pouches. You all made some very good choices.
Are you regretting this voice yet?
Oh
I
yeah.
can just hear your voice dying.
Worth it.
But yeah, is anyone interested in any others?
No.
Interested, yes. Gonna pay it, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Hey, well, I'll be seeing you.
Goodbye, Chameleonaire.
It's a pleasure. And he pulls the little doors shut, and then the pack just like lifts up, and you see he's already put it on the other side and starts hustling away to like the next. But excuse me, yes, sir. And he runs away.
I love him. How long have you been waiting for him to come by? Dan?
He's been there a hot minute, and I'm like, I just want to give him a shot.
So we could have encountered Chameleonaire earlier on before we had money.
Yeah.
How would that have gone?
You probably couldn't afford anything.
That makes sense. But okay, we do have decisions. You're right. We should.
Got a lot to talk about, and me to not talk about, and sit here with my coffee.
Yeah.
I understand.
We need to continue back to the brass squid. We're almost there. I need to
The
sit
brass
down.
squid.
This sword is heavy.
There you go. You walk back to the brass squid. The crowd's gotten a little livelier as you're approaching evening. The sun is still up, but a few people have gathered their spots for the night. Easy enough to find a table though, and Gabble comes over, takes your order, gives you all the hash browns you could want, and you guys have time to discuss.
So then, who are we all going along with finding artifacts? Gelnick, for one, is very excited for this journey to continue his pilgrimage. Makes travel much easier.
The hag cannot find out about this.
Oh, absolutely not.
We weren't planning on going back down and talking to her unless you really want to.
I don't, but we can't let her know about this.
Why did you? Do you owe her
Why?
another favor?
I don't owe her another favor, but she's gonna want them.
Luckily, we not need to talk with Hag anymore. We have new friends in other high places.
She kind of looks
How do you know she
directly.
want them?
She kind of looks directly at Trilby, completely ignoring Morinthal. If the hag talks to you, you don't know anything about artifacts.
But I'm an artificer.
Bailey
my
just looks
God.
at him and just throws her hands up and just looks back at the.
Holy fuck.
Oh, that was
Christ.
perfect. Holy fuck, Barry.
You set him up, I'll knock him down.
Well, so long as we get far away from here, I don't care.
Well, Gelnick is down for this and would suggest all,
Looks at Morinthal.
most of us also go. But understandable, you are all your own person and may have other business here in Fieldgrove, so cannot force, but would highly suggest. So what say you all?
Well,
Go
No,
ahead.
I really, I would love to keep helping everyone. I've never been that far away from Philgrove, but I think if it's with all of you, maybe it'll be okay. And if they pay us like this, I can keep sending it back home, and so my family will be okay.
Yes, much pay, renown, opportunity, chance to learn of other cultures, travel, threat of death. All fun things.
What was that last one?
Travel?
After that one.
Threat of death. Yes, always threat of death every time travel. Gelnick knows it well. Gets blood pumping, adrenaline, feels good.
Maybe I can stay here.
Sounds fun.
Trilby, there's a threat of death every time you do anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not still over the fact that there was a werewolf in town all this time.
You didn't know he was there, and yet there was a threat of death.
Oh my god! I'm okay.
It's okay. Gelnick believes that you, strangely dressed boy, will have new fears to overcome you, and you will forget about that one.
You really think so?
Absolutely.
New fears, huh? I don't even know what I'm afraid of yet.
And that is the fun of discovery.
All right. Well, I need to talk to my family about it, but I'm in.
Very well.
I'm in as well. This sounds like a wonderful opportunity for some heroism.
Yes. Small man, you stand straighter than normal. Look nice on you.
Right? Thank you.
I love it.
Strong dog, flower lady.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Gelnick looks over at Mornthal.
Stinky drow.
Like I said, so long as it gets us as far away from here as possible.
Then it is settled. The Flower Crowns will take on this quest.
Someone nearby
Does that
cheers.
really have to be our name?
Yes.
Oh, reminds me. Flower lady, do you have more flowers? Gelnick believe this calls for celebration. More crowns.
We can go
Oh.
pick some.
We are royalty among adventurers.
Daly, like, seemingly very much lights up at the thought of picking flowers, just completely uncharacteristically gets really happy about it.
Yes, good.
And Hobson gets, like, uncharacteristically happy looking at the words royalty among adventurers.
Gelnick will assist in picking the flowers.
Cute.
Who said Champions of Virtue? I like that name.
Unfortunately, already taken, as they said. Would be confusing. And also, as Gelnick understand, common folk have thing where if you name something similar to other person thing, even if it's slightly different, they get very upset.
What about Virtues of Champion?
Champions
like
of
that
Virtue,
name.
the sequel. Then it's homage.
Homage. Yeah, that's good.
Trilby, do you even know what homage means?
I think I had it for breakfast.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
We need a laugh track with this.
It's fucking...
Thank you.
Barry, I want you to know you're one of the funniest people I know.
That's so good. Hobson,
Yeah.
one thing you've been noticing is every time the Champions of Virtue kind of comes up,
Mhm.
you feel a like a flare up of like a cold, but it's Volse kind of just stirring. Like
I think Vol's is still kind of a little bit in charge here. So is he like just yeah, how's that hitting him in a conscious way?
I think it's more of like it's aligning with his interest and he doesn't know why. So it's like he's intrigued by it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I think he was intrigued by just the prospect of glory and heroism and potential statuary already.
Yeah.
But like I'm sure like that familiarity with the name is also resonating for reasons he can't quite remember.
Yeah, you're definitely catching it ever since you were introduced to like Adokus and stuff like that.
It's like, oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah. Yeah, he's still in. I assume he's still probably running the show just because he's still kind of riding high on this feeling of importance.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're all on board, right?
I think so.
Except Morenthal?
No, Morthal's on board.
No, he's on board.
Oh, okay.
He absolutely wants to get out of the town.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Weirdly, somehow, all of our interests have lined up.
Wow.
What a twist of fate.
Weird.
Gelnick is actually going to order a celebratory platter for the party. Just calling over whoever's at the tavern at the time.
Yeah, it looks like just because it's before the rush, it looks like it's just Gavel, so he kind of runs over and goes, "What can I get you, bud?"
Yes, we require celebratory platter, for we are going on big quest. Big quest requires big meal, celebration.
You got like the works?
The works.
Oh, any drinks? Anyone a little parched?
He said the works.
Oh, okay, all right. Give me a few minutes and I'll be back.
I love that you said that with the same cadence of like, he said no pickles.
And in meantime, flower lady, would you like to go pick flowers with Gelnick?
She just nods.
Well, come, we shall pick flowers and return before meal is prepped.
Because Gelnick would like to have a conversation with Phaley.
Oh no.
Ulterior motives,
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
but also a flower crown.
As you do, you see this lizard man wearing a... No, sorry. Easy enough. It takes him probably like a good 20, 30 minutes to get the works ready. So you have plenty of time to flower pick and chat.
Yes. And while we are, Gelnick is going to say to Phaley,
Phaley, Gelnick thanks you for bringing to light that Trilby is not as devious or malicious as Gelnick initially believed.
Phaley looks absolutely shocked. You thought he was malicious?
Yes, conversation we had before, Gelnick mentioned to you that he believed that he only putting on mask to try and take double leader status from Gelnick. Gelnick see now he is more dumb, but also sincere. Perhaps from dumbness.
Phaley nods, remembering. Yeah, he means well. I don't think he wants to do anything malicious or bad. He just wants to kind of do the opposite.
Yes, and that has value. But Gelnick cannot get read on Morenthal. He do not understand.
Morenthal... She kind of like looks down and isn't really sure how to approach it. He also means well. I think he's been through a lot. We all have.
Well, then you have stronger eyes than Gelnick because he has trouble seeing. He give Morenthal every chance to show love. Gelnick knows he has in the heart he likes to pretend does not exist. But
sometimes when something you care about's been taken away, it's hard to show that care to others, and that might be the case with him.
Gelnick crosses his arms.
Well, perhaps him sticking with us is proof of that.
I think it is.
Then maybe there is hint of love in him yet. Why
let
else
him
he
know
stick
that.
around for so long? We clearly irritate him.
I think he likes us. He just... Don't let him know you know that. He's got to be tough, you know?
Somehow that make Gelnick very sad.
Well, all we can do is be there for him.
Even if he really, really not want us to.
Well, she kind of like fiddles with the flowers. There's times where we might want to back off, but he's part of our group. We care about him. He's been there for us, and we'll be there for him.
Gelnick just kind of takes a moment and stares off, not at anything in particular, and definitely not at Phelan.
Even if he mess up, and even if he rude and stinky, and oftentimes not do what tribe wants him to do.
Yes, even if he messes up and is rude and stinky and isn't doing what the tribe wants him to do.
And you can see Gelnick is befuddled at this idea.
Do you always do what we want you to do?
Well, I guess not. But
There you go.
Gelnick assumed it's because he is double leader and have more privilege to do whatever he wants.
I think Morinthal, she kind of she thinks back to everything that she knows between him and her about the bounty and everything. I think if his motives weren't good, we would know by now. I don't think he's one to really fake it for too long, so.
Gelnick will think on this.
I feel like he'd put himself in harm's way for any of us. He'd probably lie about it afterwards and say he didn't do it intentionally, but I think he would do it. If that time comes and he lies about it, then we just let that happen.
Then Gelnick will try his best not to rub it in his face and say that he knew it.
I would avoid that, yeah.
But would feel so good.
I agree. But I don't think... I think we let Morinthal be Morinthal. He's not really hurting any of us, and, I think a lot's changed since he first joined. Takes a while to warm up.
Let Morinthal be Morinthal. Thank you, Phelan. This has given Gelnick much to think on.
Mm.
And he won't say much afterwards, just picking flowers and asking, "Is this a good one? Is this a good one?" But
Bailey's showing him how
the
to
conversation is over.
kind of tie them together and make little crowns out of them and where to tie which ones.
Good. Thank you. We must get back before food gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
And Phelan,
Yeah.
it is not hard to see your heart.
Thank you, double leader.
And we'll head back to the tavern.
And you do.
I think Trilby's sitting there with the knife and fork on the table. He's slamming his hands, going, "The works, the works, the works."
And I think as on cue, as the two of you enter back into the Brass Squid, you can see this enormous platter just filled with the works. You got hash browns. You got more hash browns. There's even hash browns.
Yeah.
There's more than hash browns, but it's basically everything on the menu. And there's pints, there's bottles of wine, there's drinks galore. He sets it down on another table, and it kind of just takes up everything. And he slowly brings each piece over, and there's not really even room for you to rearrange. It's just kind of a grab and eat what you can, as the table is overflowing with food. And he goes, It's a pleasure having you all. Thanks for everything you do." And he just gives you a little nod, throws
Wait.
the towel over, and he stops.
You require payment, yes? How much?
Well, y'all been so kind to her. You don't need to worry about it.
No. We are leaving, therefore we will not be able to help. So we will give preemptive help.
And Gelnick will slam a pouch of 50 gold pieces.
For you have helped us, So we will help you. Even when we are not here.
You see him like his little lip does the quiver, but he's like, thank you very much, sir. I hope the meal's to your liking.
And Trilby responds,
That's the best kind of compliment I could get. And he puts the like platter that everything came on under his shoulder, and picks up the pouch and just kind of slowly walks away, and you can see like he's hiding his face.
Gelnick
oh
will
man,
chow down.
you gotta try the hash browns.
He will.
And you all have a festive celebration in the town, doing some good, getting paid, getting new items, a new purpose, a new journey awaits you. How does that feel?
Feels heroic.
It does.
It does.
Does anyone have anything they want to do for the night?
Well, Trilby's gonna head home and give up Mountain of Gold to his family.
Yeah, I think you lay it out, and your mother is just like, what exactly did you do?
We didn't kill a guy. Oh, but for the money.
Yeah, the money.
Yeah, well,
What were you talking about?
nothing. Yeah, we got a thing, and he just explains in a very roundabout fashion the previous sessions. I think he explained that before, but
I think you did, but I don't think she took in the magnitude of the situation. Just kind of imagining it was you on a good old time, you know?
Also, Trilby glosses over, what was his name? Atticus. He like glosses over that entirely, and he's just like the Duke was there. It was the Duke.
Oh, you're Adocus?
Yeah, Adocus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, who's
Sorry.
Atticus? I like that.
I know. I didn't know how to
Funch.
spell it, so I just mashed.
No, you're good. It's great.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
well.
who cares about those important people? But it's like the Duke from town was there.
You'll have to tell your father. You know, they were close friends back in the day.
I know. But yeah, we're gonna go on an adventure to get more artifacts, and I don't know when I'll be back home, but I'll be with the rest of the Flower Crowns. That's what we're called. That's what we're called.
Oh, that's adorable.
I thought someone mentioned we could be called the Champions of Virtue. I thought that was pretty cool, but apparently it's taken.
That's kind of like a famous group. They used to do stuff. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you could do it, but there's probably like, I think people get confused.
Yeah, so that's what I keep hearing. So maybe not that one.
I think the Flower Crowns is perfect for you and your friends.
Thanks, Ma. But I'll keep sending home any more gold that we earn, and I hope that you and the family are gonna be okay.
Well, I know how much you like your trinkets, Trilby, and you know, we've been waiting for this moment of you leaving the nest for a while. So we had something just for this moment for you. And she excuses herself from the table for a moment, and she comes back with a stack of papers. They're kind of just all perfectly square, and there's maybe 15 of them total. And she says, "Now, I know you might get homesick, and you might want to hear from us every now and then. I have a few of these myself, but all you need to do is you can write on these, and when you address it, fold it into you know origami. You've done quite a bit of it in your days. You can do a little flying vessel or a little bird and stuff like that. But if you address it to a specific individual, so like me or your father, it will find its way to us. So if you ever want to talk or anything, you'll always be able to reach out to us."
Thanks, Ma.
She hands over those 15 stacks of papers, which basically work as advertised. If you write in it and then put a individual's name on it, it will basically turn into a messenger bird and deliver it.
Got it.
But I'd love to hear about all your adventures. You're a very talented boy. And I'm sure you're going to do great out there.
I'm a very sleepy boy.
You will need to get used to that, I bet. You can't come home before the arcane streetlights come on, as they say.
They do say that.
But just
Hey,
for
Ma-
this once, maybe, I can spoil you before you leave.
Hey, Ma, the saying everything's going south is about going south, right?
No, it's... yeah, it sure is, Trilby.
I knew it. All right, I'm gonna have to. I don't know when we're leaving, but I'm gonna go sleep.
Your room is always here.
Thanks, bye.
And I think at some point in the night, she, sneaks in your room and gives you a little tuck and kiss on the forehead and maybe, a
No.
little slice of dessert or something like that.
No.
Oh.
The pie fairy visited.
The pie fairy did visit. She put it on your pillow and now it's just a mess.
Hey, but by any happenstance, is it possible that working through the night, Trilby made a very crappy imitation of the healing bee? Is that in his repertoire?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know either.
We'll I'll
We can
figure
discuss.
something out with you. But just because we're in the moment.
Sure thing.
There you go. You started the workings of it, and I'll figure out how.
Is
we
there a way to
can-
play the first 3 notes of that? Just but it.
Wait.
You like-
I can't stop it fast enough.
Yeah. Just huh? He had inspiration in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
What if I made a healing bee?
What if I made a healing?
Yeah, we could definitely figure something out.
We'll talk.
We'll chat. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget.
I mean, remember we learned last time that he stole the design for Scrubbins off of a bag of cereal.
absolutely.
So he's not above
You
this.
saw it work too, so.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else have anything?
I think Waltz walks Hobson outside to catch him up on
Mm-hmm.
what they're about to embark on.
He didn't get a
Poor Hobson.
Which, I guess, Hobson was there for most of it. I think it was around the time that Waltz got excited that he took over. So it doesn't take that long to catch Hobson up. But
How does Hobson feel about that?
how does? Yeah, I think they're walking down Waltz is smart enough to get outside and kind of walk into sort of an alley corner where there's not a lot of foot traffic, but not smart enough to keep voices down. So it's so I have lovely news. I'm so excited to tell you. What? Oh God, damn it! What? We are going on an adventure. We're going to be heroes, you and I. I thought we were already doing what? I thought. Are we not heroes yet? And what are? Wait. Did they offer us a job? They did.
Yes.
And we're taking it. And we're going to be going. They did. We're taking. We've
girl
already
neck in his
taken it. Just yes. They did. We've already taken it. We are going to be going out and adventuring. We're going to be getting more artifacts like the the staff thing that it was a staff, and we got it and we brought it back and we're going to go out and get a whole lot more of them. The statue project is well in its way, my friend. That was the scariest thing we've done this whole time out here together. We've done so many scary things, and that staff thing was the worst one. And we're gonna go do more of those. You don't have to do that much to get a statue. We absolutely do, and I've already agreed to it. You don't have to worry about it. It's weird playing both of these characters back to back. I've
love
not
it.
actually done this. Okay.
You're doing great.
You're doing amazing.
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm already here. Is everyone else doing it? Yes, everyone else has already agreed. Everyone else is very excited about the idea. Well, all right. If they're gonna do it, then I want to stick with him anyway. And this gets you. All right. Yes, this gets you the statue. I stick with them. We stay safe and alive somehow. And okay, yeah. I mean, God. Did you know who that was? Who we were talking to and sitting in a room with? Vaguely. Yes, it's seemed important. I don't know enough about him to actually explain, and I don't know how much Hobson knows in depth, other than just like that was.
I feel like Hobson's probably well read enough, especially because you got. I think you got pretty high on the roll too, so I think
That's
you
true,
kind
that's
of talk Vols's ear off about it.
Yeah. What? How does any of that hit Volts different with Hobson explaining it? Does it like any of the explanation like resonate or like spark thoughts or anything?
Give me a intelligence check for Vols.
Okay.
Just straight intelligence modifier.
Yeah. Let's see here. That fits. That's a 7.
I think you hear back as you're explaining. Go. You know, the name's familiar. I'm sure he was important, right? Of course he was. So that's how I know about him. I'm sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. These are some of the most important heroes that ever were, and we were offered we were offered a job to do the sort of thing they would do. That's like your ego's big enough already, but that's really wild. That's huge.
Statue's looking pretty good.
Statue's looking pretty good. Are we anywhere near that statue near the near in town?
You're
when Hobson
probably
first walked in this town.
Yeah, you're wandering around probably like the town square, I imagine. Which is
Yeah.
it's right on the edge of that. Yeah,
Getting some funny looks from townsfolk, I bet.
maybe. The sun's down, so they probably just think you're drunk. So
I think as we are discussing the statue and Hobson's coming around, I think Hobson does look up at that statue again and feel maybe it's just the fact that he's been hanging out with Volts too long, but does actually feel a little pang of excitement there. And I think then, if it's all right with you, also feels a pang of deja vu looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And tries to pinpoint exactly what that was, but and I have to credit you for this because I would not have put this together on my own, but you kind of hinted at me later on. But Hobson has a brief little quick flash of that weird vision he'd seen of somebody big and someone gallant looking in armor looking back at him and just asking Vols, are you all right? And realizes that the armor on this statue looks really, really I mean, he only kind of saw it from the back, but it looks really similar. And he tries to look closer at the statue to see if there's any other details that he can pinpoint on this thing. Presumably while Vols is also sort of babbling his ear off about something else, which has the split attention on that must be exhausting. But is there anything else on this statue that he can see?
So you kind of you're walking over, your hands kind of just tracing the base of the statue. You see the plaque you read before, and you just kind of pause on a moment. The In Remembrance of Arthur Oathbringer. You kind of sit, and maybe it's because the topic of the Champions of Virtue have come up recently. You think Arthur might have been one. It's a name you've come across before in your readings, and the dots seem to kind of connect to that.
Well, Hobson tries to say with his own mouth, tries to interrupt his own mouth. So, Vols, shut up. Wait, Vols, read this. Hold on. In remembrance of Arthur Oathbringer. Do you recognize this guy? Do you know this name? Is this anything?
Oh, you mean, yeah, he's been here. He's the statue who's here the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Of course I know him.
Guess you're right.
He's important. I'm important. We're going to be important.
Yeah. All right, Hobson files away the sort of Arthur Oathbringer, this armor, this thing, and just decides decides to head back to start walking back toward the rest of the group to make sure there's no other details he needs to catch up on that Vols has omitted, but is filing this Arthur Oathbringer name away.
Okay.
To keep in mind.
Anyone else?
I can't think of anything.
As a very quick aside, I did want to establish if Trilby gave all of his gold to his family or if he's keeping any of it.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
your
know.
your call. What would Trilby do?
Trilby would give it all over. I think it would be up to his mom if she's like, you should keep a little for expenses. You know?
I think with the amount you drop, she's definitely like, this is more than enough. So let's do like
Because I have 1470 gold.
yeah, she probably once you reach 1,000, she's like, no, like this is too much. So we'll say you'll say you hand over that much if you think that's agreeable.
Yeah, handing 1,000, still having 470. That's the most gold I've ever had in any D&D ever.
Yeah, she's like, this will more than support us for a long while. So keep these for your travels. I'm sure you'll need stay and stuff like that, and food. So,
Sounds good. All right, I'm good.
All right. Question for you all. Would you you do as a few of you have, like exited through the night and checking over. You see the airship is still here. It seems they're staying the night. Would you be inclined to speaking with Adocus before the session, or do you want to save that for another time? Basically, my thought being A, do you want to wrap things up here at the night, or B, on your way to Northcliff?
I think it might be better to wrap it up here so that we're sort of fresh with the briefing.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Then just to double check if anyone has anything before we wrap. I do have one little thing, but I'm just checking with you all.
No, I think we're good.
No, I think that's all. Who are you going to torture?
No one.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all go to sleep, and you have a nice night. And as we set the scene on Philgrove, I think we see the camera pan upwards and reach up towards the top of Philgrove before descending deep into the Undercroft to a small little wooden shack of a familiar hag.
Uh-oh.
We see the shelves are empty. There's no trace of living. There's no bubbling cauldron, no stock supplies, anything. It's just empty and decayed. We cut to the wilderness outside of town. You see a shambling figure rising and falling through the woods as Karshala takes a look back into town and pulls up a pink pearl before pocketing it and heading south.
Damn it.
And that's where we're gonna wrap.
Things are going south.
Things are going south.
Episode 9, things are going south.
But yeah,
God
oh man,
Damn it.
I'm so excited.
Oh, that's a good little cliffhanger there, dude.
Yeah, it was a fun little time. Y'all,
Incredible.
you guys are so good. Like, it's an absolute
good.
joy
You're
playing with you
so
guys.
Good.
So fun.
You're good.
Thank you, Dan.
Well, I'm glad we finally got to do another session, and we'll have
Yeah.
It's been too long.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that our second session without any combat?
Maybe.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us.
I think it's a testament to how good the sessions have been, where it's like I didn't even notice, or like, man, I miss combat. Because like I'm just having so much fun.
Yeah.
I do enjoy
Yeah.
combat, but
Yeah.
Yeah, like I enjoy me some combat, but also like, goddamn, we're having fun still.
Yeah.
that
I
makes
would
me very
be-
happy.
I think like I would be more sad with a session without any roleplay compared to a session without any combat.
Same.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like I like combat, but it's like going without it is not as bad as going without roleplay.
Yeah, to do a session of only combat would be a lot. God damn it.
D&D's fun.
Yep.
It really is.
We're in the
Oh,
big leagues now.
you're in the big leagues. You got a job offer, potential travel, seeing new parts of the world. Seeing new parts of the world is what I'm really excited about because
Yeah.
Philgrove's a little baby town. You know, it's a little. You get
Trophy's
some new
growing
great
up.
stuff.
Every fucking time you bring up that vault explosion, I just flashback.
That's your
pang
fault.
of guilt.
Yeah, a little bit of guilt there.
It's like,
In another
Oh,
life, I
whoops.
was standing there watching it explode, going, "Oop!"
Whoops.
oop,
It's great.
oops.
I love it.
That was from our other older campaign. If anyone missed that.
Next session we're gonna be in the double digits.
Double
shit.
digits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Session
Oh
10.
my god.
Speaking of which, what
Double
level are you
dribble,
guys?
Double Dragon F-Zero. Level 5?
Okay, we're
5.
5's good. I wasn't sure if it was 4 yet.
Yeah, 5.
So it's like if you were 4, I would have leveled you up. But we got like another session or 2. But thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'm gonna do my quick little mute and thank chat for all their bonkers support. Does anyone have anything they want to say before we go?
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
It's really fun.
This is like the thing going on in my life that I look the most forward to. So thanks for joining me for it.
Aw.
I love y'all.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys in just a minute.
Okay.
But well, let's
Goodbye.
goodbye. All right, it's just us now, chat. You're all in trouble. No, I'm just kidding. Hi. Let's thank you all for the bonker support. Thank you guys so much. There were a bunch of raids beforehand. Thank you, Saren and Gam. I think there was even another one. Trio gave us the raid when we were playing a loop here. Universal Fireworks, thank you for 10 gifted subs. And then another 2 gifted subs. What the heck? Thank you. Robo, thank you for 12 months. Metroid Prime Remaster hype. So we might be streaming that tomorrow. I'm very, very excited. It's one of my all-time favorite games. Auto Harmonica, thank you for 6 months. Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub to Winter. Give you thank you for 100 bits. Let's get dangerous. Naru, thank you for soup and 72 bits. Midnight, thank you for the gifted sub. Universal, thank you for 3 more subs. Fallen Angel, thank you for the gifted sub. Toucan, thank you for 64 bits. Tom, thank you for 19 months. Thank you for all the follows, everyone. Ed, 10 subs. What the heck? Thank you. And Lizzie, thank you for 15 months. Y'all, thank you so much for the support. I know I say it all the time. I very, very much appreciate it. It helps me keep doing this, but I'm just happy you guys are here to hang with us. I will be streaming tomorrow if anyone wants to hang for like normal stream video game kind of thing. No worries if not. I know D&D is a totally different wheelhouse. I'm so excited, Jax, to look at the sketches. It's like my favorite thing after each session is to look at the stuff you do. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up for D&D, so I hope you guys are just we're just getting started. And I'm happy the characters in game 2 are starting to get along too, because that always warms my heart. Thank you everyone though so much. Do we have another episode scheduled? Not yet. I will let you all know via the Discord. If you don't know, we have a community Discord, and I post as soon as we know a schedule for the next episode is active. I'll post it there. I did not even tweet out this episode. I'm terrible. I was too excited. Thank you, Calvi and mods for all the support. Thank you. You know what? Thank you, chat. We're gonna find someone to raid. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. There's so many folks on. Um. My buddy Steve is doing some of the One Piece game. You guys know how much I love One Piece. But I'd be happy to support him. He's an amazing artist. If you do not know Steve Yurko, we're gonna go say hi. And even if you want to dip, I appreciate you sticking around for the raid to say hi and all that stuff. Also, follow Bryce. Bryce is wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself. I just am thankful. I have to pee so bad too. So I'm sorry if I'm rushing. I'm rushing through it. All right. Wait, why can't I raid? It won't let me raid. Oh, there we go. Weird. All right. Say hi to Steve, everyone. I hope you have a good night. Goodbye. Wait, a thing popped up. I can't raid anymore. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Stuff keeps popping up. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Have a good one. Goodbye, y'all.